Good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome on in. I'm Velvet, and today we are going to be building in The Sims 4. And my plan at this point is to build a Royal Honeymoon Modern Cottage. So that's kind of the plan for what we're going to be doing today. Anyway, welcome on in. Thank you to the Sims Creator Program for providing me with packs for this build. Much appreciated, and also for your continued support for me as a creator. Love that. And I want to build on this lot, except it's got something on it, so we're going to have to bulldoze this. I'm hoping that my building will be okay after I bulldoze, because sometimes after I bulldoze things, like my ability to build in the game, for some reason it just goes like a little bit haywire and doesn't work properly. So if I need to restart, then I'll have to restart. Still, hopefully not, fingers crossed. Hello, Star and Sims, how are you? Hello. Ooh, you're on a 5-stream streak. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Welcome in. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're well. Anything exciting to report back from whatever's been happening in your life? I haven't got anything too exciting to report back. It's just like, middle of the week. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. And, oh my god, I want to get the pirate treasure chest. Yeah, anyway. Gonna get distracted by pirate treasure chest. So, yeah, it's just in the middle of the week, you're just getting on with things and making things happen, and yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But I'm having a good day so far, so I think that's a good sign. I think that's a positive. I was just kind of imagining somewhere for, like, a royal kind of couple to go and, enjoy their honeymoon, like something kind of sweet and small, but also, royal enough for them to be able to kind of, get in there and enjoy life, and yeah, like it, that sort of thing. Well, I mean, like the cottage is what I kind of mean by that. I didn't mean anything else. Well, what did I mean? I don't know what I meant. My gosh, I feel like I accidentally said something that was a little bit naughty, but maybe I didn't. Who knows? You're doing good. I've been catching up on your Scandal series, but I'm only still on episode 1. Oh yeah, cool. Well, that's cool. I've been really enjoying that series. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I've been enjoying playing it. So I'm glad that you're catching up on it. That's cool. I like that. There's a lot to still be played with that one. We'll be going for a little while on it, but I think there's going to be some later generations which are going to go quite fast, just with the design of the of the challenge and that sort of thing. So I think that'll be quite interesting to see how that kind of goes. And yeah, I think it'll be good though. It's been a lot of fun. Like Generation 1 is pretty wild. Like our Generation 1 guy is just like, yeah, he's a bit skeevy, right? Which is entertaining, I think. So yeah, I hope you do get to continue watching it and enjoying it. I was thinking maybe I could do this like limited pack. I was thinking obviously Royalty and Legacy. I'm thinking Adventure Awaits, Cottage Living. What else do I want? I think Eco Lifestyle. Maybe Get Famous. There was another pack that I wanted to have. Now, what was it? Oh, shoot. I can't remember. Alright, I'll just add to it if I want to. I can't quite remember. Lexus, welcome in. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing well. How's the baby? Star and Sims, it's interesting to start with an elder for Gen 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured as well. It just, like, adds this element of time ticking down very rapidly when you're realizing you don't have much time to have 10 kids. And, yeah, next thing you know, you're just like, oh, my God, he's dead. Or he's dying. You're getting that notification that's like, he's on his way out. And you're like, uh-oh. I better speed things along. So yeah, it was a really interesting idea. I just wanted to, mix it up and just like have, how a lot of legacy challenges are basically just kind of the grind of do an aspiration, do a job, do a skill, or a few skills and that sort of thing, which is fine. And I enjoy that. But I wanted to do something a little bit different, I think, for this legacy challenge, and yeah, mix it up a little bit. as far as that went, and you know, do like some different ages and some different things for it, but also at the same time, you know, have some stuff that would be really good to explore the Royalty and Legacy pack, and like spread out, I guess, the gameplay elements from that pack into, you know, several generations. So you're not just kind of blowing, you know, just getting everything done in the first generation that relates to Royalty and Legacy. I thought, well, why not spread it out and, you know, do it that way and do it a little bit different. So that was kind of my aim for it. Alexis, he's all over me. We just woke up and he's rolling all over me. Aww. He's like, Mama. That's so sweet. Well, it could be sweet. Depends if you want him rolling all over you or not. But I'm going to go with, yeah, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, I love it when they're that age. You know, I think that's a nice age. So yeah, we are doing some, doing a honeymoon, well, Royal Honeymoon Cottage. So that's kind of the idea of it. I don't know if I want to maybe do this fence maybe. So if you guys have any ideas for what we should include in our honeymoon cottage, let me know. Yeah, we'll go that way. A little bit more romantic. Lots of flowers, lots of greenery, obviously. That sort of thing. Better lighting! Hooray! So, yeah, I guess we'll kind of figure things out as we go along. There we go. But I'm going for a modern vibe, so it's going to be a cottage, but I'm going sort of more modern, more modern-y vibes on it. I might paint the exterior first. Do I want to go stone? I do want to go stone. What colour stone? That one. Oh, maybe a little bit of stone and a little bit of wood. That'll be a nice combo. Yeah, no, I think I'll do wood on that bottom level. Yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions, I have at it. I would love it. Did you drink? Oh, thank you. I will. Sorry, I did. I saw it and then I forgot about it. Moistened throat. Yay. Moist. Brilliant. Thank you. I was just like in one brain and out the other, you know, the old classic tale of me. The classic tale of my brain and how it works. In one brain and out the other. So, anything else exciting to report back? I've got to go take the car for a resit on its warrant later on today. Because my hubby and his brother were fixing it last night. So, last night I took advantage of the fact that hubby was busy and built some building in The Sims. For some content. Because I thought, hey, why not? Oh, no, now I've just ruined my... my pack selection. So we'll see. I'm not fully committed to this anyhow at this point. So that's fine. Oh, we can maybe do the Adventure Weight Stone. Ooh, that might be interesting. Because that was one of the packs I was going to use. Ooh, no. I think I need to mix that up with a little bit more wood in there. And go around this side. Yeah, let's go around that side with the wood. Maybe go that one there. Just deciding what I'm doing. You know, as you do. Put it around there, and definitely don't like that. I feel like I need something else for this bit. Maybe that could just all be wood there. Ooh, wood. Love it. Modern cottage, we're coming in, we're coming on. So, I feel like I'm doing half a decent job with this. Not doing well. Star and Sims, I've read through all the roles. I definitely love the idea of the gen starting as an infant. I'm not one for playing a legacy challenge much myself. I sort of have my own timeline system and I don't like being locked into certain storylines. I like the challenges more like decades where there's restrictions, but I can sort of navigate it the way that I want. I get that. Which is why I was interested in the way this one is set up with a lot of different sort of challenges and variety of goals. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like, that's kind of like my sort of style of gameplay as well. Just like, you know, yeah, I don't mind sort of being locked into a certain particular goals and that sort of thing along the way. But I do like to, you know, do some different things and not have to grind through a whole lot of, you know, different bits and pieces that you need to do. You know, like, yeah, constantly having to just do aspiration, goal, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I thought that would be fun. So, it's just very much in sort of like the playtesting stage of things, obviously. So, you know, just working out some stuff, and I'm tweaking as I go, so just tweaking the rules as I go and, you know, making that work for for that generation. I've got a couple of other people playing it at the moment, and they're kind of ahead of me because I'm only playing it once a week, obviously on stream, so I'm a little bit slower with getting it played. So they're being very kind and like giving me feedback and stuff on how it's going and everything like that, which is very helpful for me. You know, I feel like Horse Ranch is going to be a good one for this as well, in Eco Lifestyle. And Get Famous. Here we go. I feel like those are good. So yeah, it's actually, I feel like it's quite good. We're getting some really good feedback. We've made a slight tweak to Generation 3 just with the sword collection at the moment. So yeah, that's been a good addition, I think. Just tweaking that you need to marry a royal because you need obviously to pull the sword from the stone. Or sorry, not a royal, a noble. Because you need to be able to pull the sword from the stone to complete the sword collection. And you can only pull the sword from the stone if you're in the noble career. So yeah, I feel like that was a really good addition. Ooh. What size wall have I got? Oh, it is small. Okay. I got confused there for a minute. I was like, what size wall is this? But there we go. We got it. We got it. And hang on. Why is... Oh, there we go. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. What if we did the taller windows from Eco Lifestyle? Just so I can keep like the same color running through. There we go. And I might lift that up. Oh, not that. Lift it up. And maybe we'll do like a little garden around the front too. Star and Sims, yeah, it felt like each gen has more of a challenge than a storyline. Like you have to play from an infant, you have to be outcast. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like it's just that's how I sort of play. I like I like challenge gameplay. I'm not so much story orientated with my gameplay, so I think that's probably why I leaned into, you know, that aspect of it rather than leaning into sort of the story of it. Like there's a bit of story there, obviously, but my style of gameplay does lend itself to more the challenges than it does to a story, because yeah, I'm not much of a story gamey person. So I liked that element of it. I thought that was quite fun. So I'm glad that you liked it too. I like that. And you know, it's always nice to try something new and different, right? When it comes to a you know, a legacy challenge and that sort of thing. Mix it up a bit, try something new. So yeah, I like the idea of the Nepo baby generation. I thought that was going to be really fun. I don't know how that's going to play out, but it seems like it's going to be hilarious. So I'm just like, yeah, let's give that a go. So yeah, I came up with that at some point. I'm just like, I was chuckling to myself. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be hilarious. Nixie, welcome in. How are you? Good morning. Well, I know you're doing good, right? You're doing good. I'm not sure I love the decoration of this. It's not really the vibe I want to go for. I'm gonna have to change it. Sims, yeah, see, I'm a very story-driven player, which is why I don't like having to play other people's stories they came up with and play my own. Well, that's the thing. You can, with that, you've sort of got the challenges, and then you can come up with your own story with it, I think. And that's pretty cool, right? Because I know that one of the people that is playing through the challenge at the moment, that's what they're doing. They're kind of like making up their own, you know, their own kind of rules and storyline to go with the challenges of it. And I think that's fun. I like it a lot. Nasina, welcome in. How are you today? Are you on your way home from work or still at work? And how is life treating you today? I'm making a cottage at this point, a modern cottage, and I'm trying to decide on colours on the exterior. I'm kind of going for that sort of that browny sort of, yeah, colours, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to go. I don't know what I want to do there. Just making some decisions, and I don't know if I want to roof this or have this as a. Actually, you know what? I might semi-roof this, and have it semi-covered, and then have like some stairs going up. Actually, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Anyway, come on in. Nisina, you're wonderful. On the way home. Excellent. I love to hear that. On your way home from work. Work is done for the day. Yes. That makes everybody happy, doesn't it? Work done for the day. You can go home, have some dinner, relax, see your family, etc. That's going to be great. And I feel like you can have some stairs going up. I've really got to fix the colours up. I'm not happy with the colours. will not deny I'm not happy with the colours. We'll fix it. But we're making the progress. Sims, yeah, that's what I mean. Yours is more free in the storyline, so it's more appealing. Yeah. So you can make up your own story and be like, okay, so this is the reason for this. This is the reason for this, etc., etc. Yeah, I think that's quite fun where you can kind of come up, with your own thing and do your own thing there. I like that too. So I'm glad that it's actually working. That makes me happy. Can have that coming in off there. There we go. And coming up through there. Okay. And then that goes wide up through there. Brilliant. Kind of wondering if I just pull that out through there and just have that all covered in as well. Okay. I think that works. There we go. So that's our basic shape. So we'll have our entrance coming in via this way. And I do wonder, should I do like a medium wall height on here? I feel like by the time I change the door over and stuff, that should look a little better. And through there, and then we, oops. And then we can just do the medium height door that matches. There we go. That could work. Sabrina, hello there. How are you this morning? Welcome on in. How is Sabrina this morning? Did any of your other Sims die as yet? Oh my gosh, you're having a drama of the time. We were actually just talking about the royal scandal legacy at the moment. Actually, we're just having a natter about that, and yeah, just been enjoying that. Sabrina is over on the Red app at the moment, and I am streaming across 2 platforms, just by the by. So yeah, and Sabrina is one of the people that's currently playing the Royal Scandal Legacy on. You're just about on Gen 4, is that right, Sabrina? On that, so just whizzing through it, and I am enjoying the feedback and the stories and the craziness of it all. I love that. So I'm thinking, because I wanted to extend that out, so we're going to do that. There we go. Messina just got a huge potential client that pays well, so I'm stoked. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing. I'm very excited for you. A huge potential client. Bring in the cash. Make that money. That's awesome. Yeah, it is. Stan says, oh, that's cool. How are the stairs going around like that? The stairs? So, basically just sort of like manipulated them using the little arrow keys, and using the up and down one, so you can make it like, a little bit higher or a little bit lower, and then just wrapping it around the building, just like that. So it sort of goes all the way up and then up and around, and hopefully that's all working fine. I mean, it should be. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be working okay. So, and then that gets them all the way up there, and I need to just figure out my colors and stuff. I think I might just go with the brick at this point, and we'll see how we kind of go. But I feel like the wood is just maybe throwing me off a little bit for here. We'll figure it out. That's okay. I'll just build everything else and then work on the colors on the outside. It'll chuck over in my brain, and then it'll all come together eventually. This is my theory. I hope the theory is accurate, because I feel like I'm going to end up, because I'm doing a bit of royalty and legacy. It's more sort of leaning into the royalty and legacy pack. I feel like maybe going with stone might be the best way to go about that. I feel like. But, we'll just get the structure in there. It's fine. Not a panic. Yeah, because I think with all the wisteria and stuff, it's going to be super pretty. I'm like, lots of the greenery and everything like that, so it'll be good. We can make it work. We can make it work. So, thinking like the stone, maybe in the warmer color there. Yeah, I feel like that's a little better. It just kind of works, I think, with the world and everything like that. And how that's kind of going to look. I'll change those stairs over. And then by the time we add in like the extra fencing and the wisteria and that sort of thing, I think we might end up changing some of that as well. But we'll get there with it. Oh, I've got to change the stairs too. Do I maybe bring this middle bit out and have that overhanging? I might do that because then we can use some of these pretty curly columns that come down. I might have to use a different color though. What color? This one? That makes more sense. Here we are. And I think I'll need to get some freezers or trims on here just to make it look like they're not sticking out too far. I don't know if these columns are going to be problematic for Sims getting up the stairs. I think it should be alright, but you never quite know. Sometimes they get fussy with things, and it's just like, grr, why are you fussy? As they do. But, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do, aren't they? They're going to do what they're going to do. So what do you guys think of the lo-fi girl thing? Honestly, I don't know anything about it. But that was the information that was released yesterday, right? The whole lo-fi girl thing. So yeah, as I said, I don't know anything about it personally, so I don't really know what it is exactly. I mean, I know what lo-fi is, but I don't know what lo-fi girl is. I think I believe it's from My Sims, but I could be wrong on that. Like, I don't know too much about it. You know what? I might actually go for wood on the deck. You love the shape of this? Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be cutesy, I think, with the cottage. And then I thought we could have like a little walk-in garden through here. And I was thinking romantic things. So I was thinking also I want to put a hot tub in, possibly around on that back balcony, and have like nice tree, a little garden paths, and like have a like romantic snuggle spot, and maybe some swings, and they can swing each other. Because I'm thinking things that they can do romantically together. I thought that would be quite nice. So just coming up with different thoughts around that. What colour wood do we want to go with? I might have to do the rest of the colouring on the outside before I can figure that out, I think. Maybe that one. I will do a different foundation because that foundation is no longer working. And then I need to figure out my windows and stuff, don't I? Because I'm going modern, so I definitely want to stick with modern. But yeah, so it's also royal, so I do want to, you know, mix it up in a way that it does reflect both of those elements, if you know what I mean. So hopefully I can manage that okay. And paint that. There we are. Brilliant. Brilliant. So windows. So I can either go large and modern, or I can go, I don't want to go that, because then it's just leaning away from modern. So that's the sort of the trick to it, right? Just trying to keep it modern at the same time as, yeah, having those lovely decorative elements, I think. Modern, because we're going a little bit more upmarket. Upmarket, is that the way to go? Upmarket, maybe. No, not really upmarket. Upmarket is not the right word. No, it is the right word. I'm trying to think about what I'm saying. So I want to have a modern home, but it needs to be reflective of royal. So, you know, I want it to be rich looking at the same time as modern looking, if you know what I mean. So that's the vibe I'm going for. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's not coming out very well, but that is what I'm trying to say. So this will probably be a home, a little honeymoon cottage that's worth, like, you know, several $100,000 simoleons. It's going to be ridiculous. It is what it is, though, hey? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. There we go. Just chilling. Just chilling. Doing anything else? Anything exciting while you're chilling? Just curious. Maybe we can do, now that I've done that, just thinking like the garden path and like have it kind of like more terrain painty and like swooping down. You know what I mean? Just like to give it a little bit more of a natural cottagey kind of vibe. Like it goes like that, and then we kind of go round and down, and so there's something there, and then there's something over here. You know, that sort of vibe. And then we can kind of do like gardens all around it. Some gardens there, some gardens there. The reason I chose this lot is because it has like the fishing in behind it. And I felt like, you know, that's the kind of thing that, you know, might be quite nice to, maybe they go fishing together and maybe they can go frogging together and there's treasure right there. So maybe they can find treasure. It's just like, it's a very kind of natural off by itself, not in the city kind of like, even though it's quite close to the city, it does almost feel like almost rural in a way as well. So yeah, I do like this lot. It's a good lot. This is the Lair in the Open Air lot. And it's a good one. Probably one of my fave ones to build on on Darien. I don't mind building in Darien, but some of the lots are a bit bumpy up and down because, you know, they're quite confined and close to each other. So it does make it a little bit frustrating at times to, you know, to build in it. I've noticed just as I've been building along the way. So hopefully we'll be all right here. I think we will be. Okay, I'm just going to colour all of this in because I'm going to do terrain paint, so I'm just going to colour it all in brown. Whoa, that's way too big, Velvet. And we'll do like gardens and stuff there. It'll be pretty, and we'll have like a hot tub around the back. So things. I was not really thinking fences. I was thinking no fences, or maybe just like some crumbly fences or something like that. I don't know. Maybe some debug fences? That could be a possibility. Right. Trim. Going around. And can we get trim around here? Yes, we can. Trim. Trim it. There we go. Oh, can I get away with a freeze? Oh, maybe we can get away with a freeze instead. Okay. We can do this. We can make it work. Freezes are not fun. I find freezes kind of annoying to deal with, but mostly. Does anybody else find them annoying to deal with? Because, you know, you obviously have to have them set in different ways. I mean, you know, they're fine, but also kind of irritating on occasion. Okay, and do I need to pull that out? Do I need to pull that out? I think I might need to pull that out. There we go. We had to pull that one out. Fair enough. And that can go down now, so that's all good. And then we need to go in there. I am very excited about the fact that I am now rewatching Lucifer. I did finish watching, well, I had been watching Once Upon a Time, and I have finished season 6, and basically season 6 wrapped up the show so perfectly, like so perfectly. I just genuinely don't feel the compulsion to watch to watch the season 7. And I know what season 7 was like an attempt to reboot the series, and it was like a soft reboot, so you know it was kind of new characters coming in and that sort of thing. So yeah, I looked at what season 7 is, and I've heard, like, you know, season 7 isn't that great. And while I would kind of like to complete the series, at the same time, I don't know if I need to, because I sort of watched the ending, and I don't know who's watched, you know, Once Upon a Time and who hasn't, but like the end of season 6 is just so perfectly finished. It's the end. It's the end, and that's that. So I'm just like, why do I need to keep watching this just for the sake of watching it when I know it's not going to be, you know, overly great from all accounts. So yeah, I decided that I didn't want to stupid freezes. Yeah, I decided I think, you know what, I'm just going to leave it there. I feel pretty happy with it, even though there's probably like some more Hook and Emma stuff that I want to see. You know, I feel like they have a baby or something, don't they? So I feel like maybe I want to see that, but do I want to watch 22 episodes to get to them having a baby? Probably not. Probably not. I would, yeah, I don't know. So I think I've made that decision where I'm just moving on. So the whole point of that was that I want to then, oh, why are you not working? I'm just starting Lucifer. So Lucifer was another show that I did want to rewatch, and I'd been thinking about it for a while, but I opted for Once Upon a Time first up. So that's what I ended up going with first. But yeah, so now I'm on to Lucifer. So do you guys remember Lucifer? And the show Lucifer? I'm just going to make this easier myself. And stupid freezes. Okay, we'll just do it like that. And we'll just do it like this. And we're gonna make it work. It's just being annoying. But yeah, Lucifer. I love that show. I have watched it before. I don't know that we actually ever finished it. So I'm actually quite happy to watch it all the way through. And my hubby was like, when I said I was rewatching Lucifer, he's like, oh, I'd like to rewatch that, because we watched it together. And I'm just kind of like, oh no, because then we have to go like a lot more slower when we were watching it, because then we only sort of like watch an episode or two a night. And I was just like, oh man, that's my lunchtime viewing. But then he decided that he didn't. That was okay. He was not interested enough to interrupt my lunchtime viewing. So I was like, good, excellent. I can keep on watching it, and that's my lunchtime views all sorted. Right. Ugh. I keep on seeing things that have deleted themselves and stuff over in the stupid freezers. There we go. Okay. And then around here, and is it going to go around there? Send help. Freezers suck. Also, it should work along the bottom of this as well, but it's not going to do that, is it? Star and Sims, you are my lunchtime views right now. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. I like that. Yay! I'm glad that I can entertain and fill in a half an hour or an hour of time. I've certainly got enough content out there, so I feel like you could sit there and watch all my stuff for hours on end without stop. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you working along here? Should be, but it's not. But that's cool. That's nice to hear. Thank you very much. Glad that you are enjoying whatever it is I'm doing. The Royal Scandal Legacy is going to be a lot of fun to watch. We've been having a blast with that. It's been a little bit harder work with the Generation 2, just because we're working on the Mansion Baron aspiration for Gen 2. And that takes a wee while. So I'm doing a little bit of the money-making side of things off stream. But I feel like, you know, we should be able to... freezers, I hate them. Alright, it is what it is. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to play around with those later and fix them. We'll be right. Yeah, I started with your speed builds and just started watching the Scandals videos recently. Oh, cool. Oh, that's good. Yeah, at the moment I'm streaming those most days on Tuesdays, New Zealand time, which will be, depending on where you are in the world, maybe a Monday for you. Yeah, so streaming those. It just, if I have shell tours, then it won't be on that Tuesday. But yeah, otherwise I am streaming those most of the time on a Tuesday. So yeah, once a week on that. But I figure it's kind of like once a week is okay, because I'm usually going 2 to 3 hours on it. So you get like a lot more longer, you know, gameplay with it in one big chunk, which I think is cool. Just thinking a swing, because I wanted to do a swing, but the only swing with the packs I've got is the Adventure Weights one, which is not that romantic. So maybe we'll add in the little campers kit, because that's got the best romantic-y kind of looking. Although that's kind of like little kiddish. No, what's the other romantic swing? I know there's another swing that I like. What is it? Possibly, I mean, the businesses and hobbies one is nice, but it's not really that romantic looking. Which one is it? It's not Love Strike. It's not Little Campers. Maybe Life and Death? Growing Together. It's kind of youngish as well. I mean, yeah, maybe businesses and hobbies might be the way to go. Either businesses and hobbies or Life and Death. So that leans into a little bit more of the modern vibe that we're going for. So I think I'll go businesses and hobbies. Okay. Problem solved. Back to my limited packs. Doo-doo. So we're going to get famous, eco lifestyle, cottage living, horse ranch, businesses and hobbies, adventure awaits, and royalty and legacy. There's some good modern packs, I feel like. They're good. Aylin, hi everyone. I had a chance to join, so great to be here. Oh, yay. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you. How are you today? How's life? And have you been up to anything exciting? Anything exciting to report back? You know, as you do. I was just thinking, I don't have anything too exciting. I moved my desk around on the weekend, which I am enjoying. I need to figure out I think my lighting a little bit better, because I feel like my face is a little bit dark. Might go turn my lights on, actually, and see what happens. Be right back. Maybe that'll help. But yeah, I need to get some like proper streamlight thingies, but yeah. They're not actually that easy to come by here. Like because there used to be a retailer called EB Games here, and they've shut down in New Zealand, and they had like, yeah, I've kind of looked around a couple of places, and like the streamer lights are just like hard to find. So I need to get something online, but you know, that's just a matter of shopping around and getting some time to actually look at it properly and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, I haven't got there yet. As you do. As you do. Sabrina, Enchanted by Nature has a pretty swing set. It does, but it's a little, let's have a wee look at it. I think it might be a little bit too greenery for me, for what I'm going for. Oh, maybe not, actually. Because then that works with the, like, the twisty tones. We've got something with the white. That could work. Yeah. Because we're going to have like all the wisteria kind of going around and stuff, so I think that could work with that. Thank you, Sabrina. That's a lovely suggestion. Aylin, I'm fine, thanks. Enjoying that the spring is slowly progressing here in Finland. The days are getting brighter and more sunshine. Ooh! Yeah, because does it get quite dark there during winter? Do you like have like a lot of really long dark days there? I feel like I imagine that it would be the case that, you know, you'd kind of have a lot more of the sort of the long dark days, and that's, yeah, just kind of the vibe of winter there, right? Okay, so I'm gonna have like a snuggle seat, and I'm gonna draw my path just so I can sort of know how I'm gonna do this. Path. Now I've got to decide on the terrain paint color now, don't I? So around there, and I definitely want to have like a little fountain kind of in the middle here. Do like a fountain and like another path running in through there. And all of our greenery. Is there anything else I should add for like, oh, maybe like a picnic blanket? Oh, then I'd need Love Struck. I'm trying to do this limited pack. As you can tell, it's going. More and more packs are getting added by the second. But anyhow, it's all good. Aylin, yes, exactly. The winter has long, dark days. The build is looking lovely so far. Very elegant. Thank you. It's supposed to be a modern royal honeymoon cottage. So that's the vibe I'm going for. So I want to have like some romantic elements to it. Actually, maybe I do want to add Love Struck anyway, because I want to have romantic elements and stuff. So if you've got any suggestions for romantic things we can add, please feel free to speak up. Let me know. So I'm going to have like a little garden path running through there, all sort of gardeny. And we'll have wisteria running up and that sort of thing. I want to just try and have, yeah, a little bit more of a modern vibe and that sort of thing. I do wonder whether or not the freezers are adding to that or not. Maybe I go like plainer would work. Whoops. Maybe. And then like less old looking. You know what I mean? And I need to still change the inside of the roof there because that kind of got changed around. So yeah, I do want to do sort of like a modernish vibe, but like a cottage at the same time. So modern, but not modern. Modern and not modern, all at once. Go, pretty there. And then we need a little fountain under here. So other than that, what has been going on in Velvet's life? Well, the cats, I've got Savio over there, and he's having a sleep on a blanket. Katie's currently licking herself, and she's over on the floor. So both the cats are inside. Yeah, taking the car for a reset on the warrant because we had to fix a couple of things last night, just like brake pads and headlights. So my hubby's brother kindly helped with that, which is very nice. Then I haven't got anything else very exciting going on really. It's pretty calm and quiet and just kind of, you know, like every day. Like I feel like it's just that time of the year where there's things going, like you're busy all the time, but then like when somebody asks you what you've been doing, you're kind of like, what have I been doing exactly? So it's like, yeah, it's a little bit like that at the moment, where it's like, I've been busy, but with what exactly? Things! As you do. Star Sims, like it used to be an old cottage, but it has been updated and renovated recently. Yes, that's exactly the kind of idea I think I'm going for. Is just like, you know, a little bit of a... It's been there for a while. It's an old family home, but they've updated it because it's a younger couple and they're having their honeymoon. They're just like, you know, we want something a little bit more modern and up to date. It's got all the modern, you know, kind of things that they like to have in their life. But yeah, it's still got that been here for a while kind of vibe too. So that's exactly what I was going for. Yes, I'm thinking like a little pond or something here. You know, kind of works with the watery area, maybe. There we go. Do some plants around it and we'll make it a different colour. What colour options? Ooh, green? Nah. Mossy? Maybe leaves? Leaves I think will do. Leaves. You see, now my cat did the cleaning thing the other day where one paw is straight up, never fails to make me laugh. Oh yeah, they kind of like, yeah, I know the one. That's a good one. I also love when they just like sit on their butts. You know, and they're just kind of sitting there on their butts and just like, oh, they look so human-like at that point. You know, just like they got the humanish pose. So cute. Yeah, I've put a blanket up on. We've got a window seat over just beside my desk, and I've put a blanket around it, so Savio's been snuggling on there. It's starting to get a little bit colder here because we're heading into autumn. I was about to say Auckland. Autumn. And yeah, so it's starting to get colder, so the cats are starting to want to be inside more and, you know, snuggle up inside and sleep for a good chunk of the day because they're like, it's too cold to be outside. I'm just going to stay inside. Which is fair. I'd want to do the same. So I fully get that. It's like, it's cold, I'm staying inside. I don't want this outside nonsense. Brrr. As you do. Yeah, I feel like it fits, right? The whole, you know, renovated kind of vibe, and you know, it's been in the family for generations, but they've updated it for the current, you know, the current heir and their spouse. I feel like that's a good idea. Sweet little path. Now, what color flowers should I have running around? Probably white or something like that. I'm just going to use the low-lying pale flower because that's a good one to have around. You know, actually, I'll dig into debug because it's nice to have a few things from debug in here, and there's like some really good plants in the packs that I've got, so I think we'll be able to find something nice, which is cool. That'll work for our little garden. Now, is there anything else I should have? So I've got like a nice seat for stargazing and snuggling and, you know, that sort of thing. Is there anything else outside? I can add a picnic blanket, I think, and a hot tub. So I've got the Adventure Awaits hot tub. Oh, maybe we could do that. Where can we put that? Let's see. So we've got that there. Maybe we can do like a little... no, because then I've got like the area that kind of walks around there. That's not going to work. And it's kind of like weird to have a hot tub like right there. And if I put it up on the top, that's going to be annoying as well, because it'll sit down. I thought I changed all the freezers. Oh my god. Oh my god. The freezers are driving me bonkers. Okay, don't need those there, and yeah, and there. Okay. Right, the hot tub. Hot tub. So I was thinking it would probably go around the back here if I've got like a decent hot tub. I need a pack with a hot tub. What pack's got a hot tub that I like? I'm thinking I might just go the patio stuff pack just because that's more modern, I think. Perfect patio. There we go. I love that. I was thinking there's also for rent, but it's a little bit too... It's not modern enough for me. Right, and then we can probably put some lights around the place and string like lights up there and have like doors and stuff. Doors that allow you to access the hot tub. A little bit of hot tub love. It's a hot tub time machine. Imagine that. A hot tub time machine. That would be wild. Okay, so that's going to go out there. That's going to go out there. And then we're going to have another one there. And I think that's all the doors we need. Okay, great. So that'll just be cut off. So I need some lights or something to go around there. That'll be cute. Cute little romantic lights. And then I've missed some more freezers. I really did badly fixing that, didn't I? Really, really badly. Lights, the camera and action. Oh, you know what? Businesses and hobbies, and we have Enchanted by Nature lights. Kind of wanted something like it was a little bit more dangly though. Maybe the holiday pack. Let's have a look at the holiday pack. Holiday. Because of course that's base game. Honestly, I wish they put the holiday pack as part of just base game. That would be quite useful. Because then I wouldn't forget that it exists all the time. I kind of want the Parenthood ones. I like the Parenthood ones. I think those are nice. It's just these are only black. And that kind of irritates me. We have got that option there. Which isn't great. Possibly we could go life and death. See, this is me trying to keep this limited and it's just getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. And this thing, my car's been covered in a nice shade of yellow. Gross. Oh, really? Why is that gross? What's happened to the outside of your car? You had to take yours for a car wash yesterday. It was killing me to open the door and how covered in yellow. Oh, is that the pollen? Is that what you're talking about? Like your cars are covered in pollen? Aylin, yeah, it would be great if it was part of base game. Yeah, like, it's just kind of annoying, like, if you're doing, like, a limited pack build, to have to, like, go around and select, you know, select things. Oh, maybe I don't need to. Actually, I forgot businesses and hobbies had these drop-down ones. So, yeah, it would be great, and then you don't have to worry about selecting stuff all the time. And now I've lost it again. There we go. The light drops. There we are. Cutie, welcome in. How are you this morning? You doing well, my love? I hope that you are. You're having a lovely, lovely, lovely day so far. Well, I guess it's, what day would it be for you? Tuesday? It's Wednesday for me. Wednesday. Wednesday, Wednesday. Maybe I can go even bigger than that. I can go even bigger. How big can I go? I think that big will be good. I just would like some, like, you know, pretty lights coming around and down. That would be quite nice, hey? Romantic, because imagine if you were like, you know, you're here in your romantic cottage, and you know, you snuggle with your spouse and get in the hot tub and have a little bit of snuggle time in there. And I do want to add in the picnic spot. I haven't forgotten about that. I just got distracted by the hot tub. Is that big enough? Oh, I think that was, yeah, that's the size it needed to be. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Oh, why did you change colour? There we go. So, Cutie, how are you? You doing good today? Anything exciting to discuss today with anything that's been happening for you? See, I think that'll be pretty at night, right? Pretty lights hanging down there. We could probably do maybe some stuff like some greenery. Oh, ivy on the walls. Oh, we're gonna have wisteria on the walls and stuff. So I still haven't added that yet, but we will have wisteria on the walls just to, you know, soften it and make it look, you know, super pretty. Super pretty. Yeah, the cursed pollen. Ah, okay. So we don't really have it to that degree here, I guess, where the pollen's so bad that your car is all yellow. But I guess it just depends on which area you're in as well. Because I imagine if you're in a place that has a lot of particular trees or whatever, or plants, then you would get indeed covered in pollen, which sucks, gotta say. Because, you know, then your car's all like mucky all the time. Our car used to be parked in like a bee path for a while. So I do remember when our car used to get covered in pollen, but it was actually from bees just flying over and like shedding pollen as they flew over, because we were in like a, I don't know, where I parked the car was in some sort of bee zone. And I don't know how that worked and how, yeah, that happened. But yeah, our car would like be constantly covered in yellow gunk from the bees flying over the top of it and just like shedding their pollen on their way to their hive, which was fun. And I fully support bees. Just by the way, I love bees. I think they're great, and they need more love out there in the world. But also at the same time, it was kind of like, stop shedding pollen on my car. Thank you very much. Instead of use pollen, I'll post the pic in Discord. It's so bad here. Oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to see it. Because I've just like, I haven't really, yeah, other than my bee experience, I haven't really had any issues with pollen before, so yeah, that's interesting. I haven't really used this light much, but it's quite a cool light, this one here from Base Game, the Quetzal. The Quetzal, like a Quetzalcoatlus, right? It's a flying reptile from the dinosaur times. I know a weird amount about dinosaurs, just don't mind me on that one. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of, like a Quetzalcoatlus. That's cute. And then like that there. And a bit of that there too. Aww, and we'll have like some pretty lights going through the garden and stuff too at some point. That'll be nice. Right, I'm going to dig into debug and we'll see if we can get some nice plants in our lovely, lovely garden. Or live edit mode. Live edit. Aylin, for a while, it's still Tuesday here. It's soon 11 p.m. I guess, yeah, it's getting on, isn't it? It's going to be weird because I'm coming up to daylight savings as well. So we're going into winter streaming hours, which are annoying. So yeah, just keep that in mind for my streams, that the times will be changing. We go into daylight savings in Easter. So it'll be next week, I think. Yeah, next, like the Sunday next week. So the week after that, it'll be new streaming times, which I'm just like, gah. I like the streaming hours for, like, it doesn't make a difference for me, but it makes a difference for you guys. So I actually prefer the streaming hours for summer over winter, because I feel like they're nicer hours for, you know, people that are not in New Zealand. Oh no, I want to do wisteria. What am I doing? No, Velvet. No, wisteria is what we want. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed that we're going into winter, I think, from that perspective, but it is what it is, and I can't do much about it. Sadly. Sadly, I can't protest daylight savings, and I have to keep it as the rest of the world goes, but wishes, eh? I wish we could make a difference and, you know, change it. That would be good. So that's yeah, over Easter is our changeover. Sucks. You have a phobia of bees, but you can respect their jobs, Sarah Sims. Yeah, okay. I mean, I know, like, particularly if you have, we all have our phobias, don't we? And I know, like, you know, it's one of those, they're one of those creatures that are quite scary for people just because of allergies and, you know, that sort of thing as well. And, well, nobody likes to be stung, do they? I don't think. Do you guys like to be stung? I feel like, you know, probably not. So I absolutely fully respect that, you know, people definitely are not the biggest fans of bees just because they can be a little bit dangerous out there for people as well. But I fully respect what they do for the world. And I in general like bees. I don't really have any phobia or allergy or anything like with it. So I think that does help, doesn't it? When you don't have anything to worry about with them. Okay. See, look, the freeze worked over there, but it didn't work. Oh, anyway. Freezer shoes today. Freezer shoes. Oh, okay, we're not going to place a window there. Am I not allowed to put a window right here? How random. Thanks very much, game. Okay. I feel like we've got our windows in, and I feel like, you know, if I go for a modern window, it just like adds a little bit of a modern touch there too, which I think is cool. Aileen, you've got a phobia of bees too. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. I will stop talking about them. I don't want to make anyone anxious with talking about them, but oh, they are amazing creatures that do amazing things, but not for everybody. Just like spiders, they have an important job to do out there in the ecosystem, but I don't love them to pieces, you know. Ooh, maybe go that one. Each to their own, hey. Nasina, bees don't sting. Very, very rarely. Well, Nasina, as someone who has been on the receiving end of multiple bee stings, I'm going to disagree with that. They sting when they're threatened. So, like, if you stand on them or whatever, then, yep, they will sting. They don't otherwise will go out of your way to sting you. Absolutely not. But they do sting, and I wouldn't say it's a rare thing, because my children have both had bee stings. I've had multiple bee stings. So, maybe it's just us. But they don't maliciously sting. They sting when threatened. So yeah, I absolutely get where you're kind of going with that. But they do definitely sting. But it's only in dire situations. Sabrina, you're allergic to bees? Ooh, interesting. That must be a little scary going out in the world. When you sort of like, particularly if you're going somewhere where there might be, you know, like the bees and stuff like that. It's a little bit scary getting out there, but I imagine you've made it this far that you managed it okay. Sometimes it's more the sound for me. The buzzing they make sets me off. The same with wasps and even flies. Oh, wasps are horrible. I don't like wasps at all. They are just like, they're not good. They don't do great things for the environment, and they are, yeah, they're horrible little beasties. I don't like wasps. Flies I absolutely hate, just on principle, because they're horrible, disgusting, bleh. And they always land on me, and I don't like it. So I'm not a fan of flies at all. Not a fan of wasps. Bees are all good with me. Christina, I also used to work in a pet store and walked around with a tarantula. Ah, no, a tarantula. Oh, no. No. That's a hard pass for me. I'm not a fan of tarantulas, spiders in general. Anything like that. No. Like, I can handle some insects. Like, I'm not too worried about some particular insects, but then there's others which are just, like, hard passes. I'm like, tarantulas are a hard pass for me. Star and Sims, I don't have a problem with tarantulas, spiders, or snakes or anything like that, but I'm not one to own one as a pet. Fair enough. I mean, it's like you can be okay with them and not own them as a pet, hey? I actually don't mind, to be fair, I haven't really interacted with snakes all that much in my life because we don't have snakes here in New Zealand. They're not something that we have in our ecosystem at all. So I've never really had to interact much with snakes in any sort of way. But in theory, I don't really have any issue with them, like lizards, snakes, anything like that don't really bother me. I think half of that is because my kids are kind of fascinated, well, particularly one of my kids is like really fascinated with reptiles and snakes and, you know, that sort of thing. And, you know, obviously had to read bits and pieces to him over the years and, you know, go through facts and stuff like that. So I've just kind of like, you know, got a bit of an appreciation for reptiles and stuff. But yeah, I still just can't quite get my head around spiders and liking spiders. They don't bother me as much as they used to when I was younger, but they're not my fave. Just still creep me out. I can't do it. Sabrina, I love spiders. They kill all the bad buggies. They do. Look, I fully respect that they have a really good job, job to do in the ecosystem and stuff, and that they do some good work out there. And I actually don't go out of my way to kill spiders. This is where I've sort of improved myself, I think, a little bit when it comes to spiders, is that if I find them inside and they're kind of, excuse the pug, bugging me, I will work out a way to get them outside so that they can go, you know, outside and not be part of my life, as it turns out. And they can continue the good work. So, like, I don't go around killing spiders or anything like that now. It used to be like, you know, it would be a fear-based reaction when I was younger. And it'll be like, scream, squash, you know, but I don't do that anymore. I've gotten a little bit more tolerant with it as a mum and, you know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I've worked through some of my issues, but not enough to really love spiders and ever want to have a spider crawling on me. Although, in saying that, on Monday, I had 3 spiders crawl on me. In 3 different situations. And it seems like my house is covered in spiders. It's not. It just happens there was like a sort of like this small jumpy spider, right? And I don't know, I think it must have been in my headphones. And then it was just like kind of like jumping all over me. Like I was trying to get it off. I was trying to brush it off. And it was like jumping all over me. And I'm just like, ah! And then I was sitting here and then like a little bit later, this little teeny tiny spider started crawling over my hand. So I've just like flicked that off. And then I was putting some makeup on in the bathroom, and then like another spider went crawling down my chest. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like I was just like, it was a little upsetting. Like, why am I covered in spiders? It was not the best day for me. I'm like, why all of the spiders today? Please, just don't do it. I mean, you know what? If you don't annoy me, I'm gonna leave you alone. That's my general thing. Like, you know, there's certain bugs which, like wasps, for example, and flies that I just can't tolerate in the house. I've got to get rid of them if I can. But yeah, in general, like if I see a spider, I'm not gonna freak out about it. And you know, just as long as they're not bugging me, I'm not gonna bug them. That's kind of the vibe, right? But yeah, 3 times in one day is just like it's taking the mickey out of, you know, it's taking the mickey out of me, I think, a little bit. Just like, what are you doing 3 times in one day? Come on. It's a bit too much. I'm a lot more tolerant than I used to be, but 3 times in one day is like asking a lot of me when it comes to spiders. Lucina, what's the demon spawn? They really are. I hate them. They're just horrible things. Math, welcome in. How are you? We're just talking about bugs, and I'm building. So we're building a little romantic cottage for some royals, and we're talking about bugs. So you can feel free to weigh in, but also welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. And if you want to share any exciting stories about bugs, then feel free. Or any other story. That's also fine. Doesn't have to be bug specific. Aylin, about the new streaming times, I think it'll start later for me also then, but I do occasionally have a chance to start late, so I think I'll be able to join every now and then. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it's changing to 5 p.m. EST, and I think, and then that'll be. No, I can't do daylight savings. It's too hard in my brain. I can't figure it out. I think it's going to be 11 p.m. for you, I think, starting. Because you're on the same time as the UK, right? I think. I don't know. I can never work it out until I actually get to daylight savings, and then I sort of have a better idea. But I think it's going to be. But then, isn't the UK having daylight savings as well? And aren't they going back? So, it gets so confusing. Because if like the multiple different like areas are changing their times, then it's just kind of like, oh man, the figuring out gets tricksy. Starren says, my husband has a phobia of snakes, so I take care of the snakes and he takes care of the bees and wasps. Oh, see, that's good teamwork right there. That's good teamwork. See, it's my hubby takes care of the spiders for me. If there's going to be any issues, but quite often, because you know it happens when he's at work, I just have to. I've learned how to have to take care of myself, but I'm getting better at like being able to move them outside safely and without freaking out too much. So yeah, making the progress. Listen, advice for wasps: whip out the bug spray. Gasoline will suffocate them. Same with vinegar. Vinegar might be quite good. I feel like gasoline might not be the best. The best thing to fling around the house, I feel like. But vinegar, I mean, your house is probably going to reek though, hey? That's the only thing with it. It's like it's a little stanky. It smells like vinegar. But, yeah, bug spray. Bug spray. I always get the non-scented bug spray as well because I can't handle the, you know how quite often bug sprays have like a lemon scent to them? I can't handle that. It's just like horrible. Anyway, I always get a non-scented bug spray just because I don't really like the smell of the lemon that they put in the things. I'm just trying to look for some pink stuff that's going to suit, like a light pink. I don't want like a dark pink, I want a light pink. I want a light pink. That'll do the trick. I'm being fussy with my pinks right now. I'm coordinating my pinks because I decided to do like a pretty pink on the exterior. I think that's nice. Listen, the UK is +5 from Eastern, so if it's 5 p.m, so it's 10 p.m. But then then that's where it gets tricky because I think they have daylight savings as well. So if they are going into spring, then they spring forward. So that'll put the Eastern time out, right? Have I got that right? I think I have that right. So I think they spring forward, and then see, this is why it's a mind bender. Like, daylight savings, time zones are just... Oh, they mess with your head. I struggle to figure them out. Not around the house. Are you talking, like, in the yard and stuff with the gasoline side of things? That makes more sense. Because I wouldn't be flinging gasoline around the house. I feel like that would be just asking for trouble. You're like, why are you flinging gasoline around the house? Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be good. Not good at all. Aylin, what is the word in English for those small spider-like bugs that suck blood? I mean, the ones in nature, not bed bugs. I also can't stand those. Those are horrible, and I have a phobia of them as well. Spider-like bugs. Tick! Yes, that's it. That's it. Little ticks, and they suck your blood. Ugh. I've never come across one. I don't know if I'm sure they exist here, but I've never actually come across one. A tick. But I know what they are, and I don't like the vibe of them. The blood sucking is not really cool with me. I don't know why. Just not into it. I like vampires just fine. Vampires all good, but like when it comes to bugs landing on your skin and sucking your blood, you know, it's kind of like, I don't think so. Not really into that. Please don't. Is really where I'm going with that. Just please don't. Just don't do it. Look at this. Look at our pretty garden. Oh, I've still got to put a picnic blanket down as well. It's all overgrown and stuff, isn't it? Pretty. Go that way and all through there and one there. Okay. So I need to put our little picnic blanket down. I think we'll put a picnic blanket in under here because then, you know, they can roll up and have a little bit of woohoo in here. So let's get a picnic blanket happening. Having my D back on, that's good. Makes it easy to find things in. Me either, luckily, but I'm afraid that someday I would. Ooh, yeah. Fair enough. I don't even know how you find ticks. Like, where do they even occur in nature? I know, like, animals can get ticks on them, and I think it's from, like, water somehow. Like, or am I thinking of... What are those things oh, leeches. That's the one. That's what I'm talking about, leeches. Leeches you get in water, but I don't know if you get ticks in water. Never come across a leech either. Can you imagine, like, back in the olden days, right? They used to obviously use leeches as a method of, yeah. Oh, we could do like a little outside fire here. Oh, that would be cozy. You know, bloodletting as such, because that was a whole thing. Like you let the blood and you pull the bad humors from your body. It was kind of like the whole premise of oldie time medicine and that sort of thing. So, you know, can you imagine that? Just like, you know, that you would have like leeches on your body as a medicinal cure. Like I know that they actually still use leeches in modern medicine as well, for like when you've got like dead skin, and I don't know, there's like definitely a use for them that they're using in modern medicine now. And there is like actually a reasonable way to use them medicinally, but back in the olden days it wasn't a good way to do it, because they were removing blood from the patients, and just to remove the bad humors from their body and that sort of thing. And it's just like, oh my gosh, horribly sick people, and they're removing blood from them, and it just seems like a crazy idea. Ooh, look at that. That could be cozy and romantic, right? I feel like that is cozy and romantic. What else should we have? I think we've done a fairly good sort of... I don't want to go that route. It's a little unmodern. I mean, not what I want to go for, vibe-wise. Oh, I know, I could do some wisteria. I could do my wisteria on the outside, so we'll do that. Sabrina, my frog prince really rocked up and said, you weren't what I was expecting, but do you want to try and make it work? It's like, well, you weren't really what I was looking for, but let's do it anyway. That's the whole vibe for you for starting your relationship, isn't it? Well, you weren't quite what I was thinking about, but I'll do you anyway. It's like, thanks. Thanks for that. Oh, that's lovely. What a prince. Oh boy. We love us a frog prince though, don't we? Hey, have you guys had a chance to have a relationship with a frog prince yet? If those that have had the luck to have the Royalty and Legacy expansion pack? Just out of curiosity, have you done the whole frog prince kissing thing? Since we were talking about bugs and things that are outside and that sort of thing. Frog princes, as it turns out, are outside. Find them. You find them around the place. But yeah, have you had the chance? I have managed to have a little bit of romance with frog princes and stuff, and that's been highly entertaining. We definitely went through some relationship issues there for a while with one of my relationships. You know, they went through some tough times, but they worked it out and had a happily ever after. That was with my Rags to Royalty challenge, which I very much enjoyed playing, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we had a frog prince for that one. We found a little frog prince and we kissed him, and he was our true love. It's very romantic. Real Nuke. Hello. Hello, love. How are ya? Can't help myself. Gotta do it. Hello, love. How are ya? Welcome in. How are you today? We've been talking about bugs, and we're currently talking about a frog prince, and I'm building a royal honeymoon house at the moment. So that's what we're kind of working away on as we're chitty-chatting away. It's a good chill day. I hope you're doing well. Anything exciting? I'm going to say you're in Tuesday today. So anything exciting happening with your Tuesday? Have you been up to anything daring, anything fabulous, anything worth sharing? I have not. I've just been chugging along, you know, doing my things as you do. I don't know, I just haven't had anything exciting happen lately. It's been pretty quiet, but you know what? Sometimes I think that's a good thing. Oh, we'll put some romantic swans in our pond. There we go. And some glowy lights. Some little buggy glowy lights. There we go. And I need some outdoor lights for the garden. We're just about done with the exterior, which is pretty cool. The interior I don't think is going to take a great deal of time, just because we it's smaller on the interior. It's going to be a 1-bedroom cottage. It's not going to be, you know, like a huge cottage or like, you know, family cottage or anything like that. It's designed to be a romantic honeymoon cottage. So 1 bedroom. That's all you need in a romantic honeymoon cottage, right? I feel like that's accurate. Ooh, maybe we could do that tree there. That could be cute. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, we just got raided. I looked away for a minute. I'm chitty-chatting away. Welcome in, raiders. How are you? K-Rid Games has raided in. Welcome on in. Mama Sim Streamer. K-Rid Games party bus full of friends who want to hang out with you. Hello there. Ooh, coming in with Cutie. Lotus every day. Hello. Real Nuke. Just a normal Tuesday? I had a normal Tuesday too. Madam Nautica 777, welcome on in. K-Rid Games, welcome on in. Sailorine, hello, welcome in. Kawaii Kitsune, hello. I've seen you before. Hello, welcome in. I remembered your name. And oh, thank you for the follow. Hello and greetings from Finland. Oh, we've got someone else from Finland. That's awesome. Welcome in. Hi, K-Rid Games, how are you? How was your stream? What were you guys up to today? And thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And for those that haven't met me before, I'm Velvet. I'm a streamer and YouTuber from New Zealand. And I play a lot of The Sims 4. I do play other games as well. But The Sims 4 is my main game that I love to play. And we're just doing a little bit of building in The Sims at the moment. We're building a royal honeymoon cottage, which is what we're working on there. We're just finishing the exterior of it. And yeah, we've just been decorating away, just chitty-chatting away and having some fun, chilling out. It's all good. Aylin, another from Finland. Yay, me too. Yeah, we're bringing Finland into the house. I love that. That's so cool. K-Rid Games, I'm good today. I was working on OBS issues, fixed my shout-out command and mix it up, and decided to play Sims 4, finishing Sarius's LP March 2026 shell. Ooh! Nice. I love a shell challenge. I run a shell challenge every month here, and we do tours and that sort of thing. I've got the traits shell challenge that I'm hosting at the moment, and yeah, I love shell challenges. I love touring shell challenges. It's just so fun to see, you know, how people can take the same building and turn it into something so creative and wonderful. So yeah, oh, I love that. That sounds like a really nice chill stream. Just working out those issues. And yeah, I don't have any like shout out. I'm not a fancy streamer, so I don't have any like voice commands or like noise commands or anything like that at the moment. I'm going to get there one day, but I tried it one time and it was a disaster. So I need to figure things out a little bit more with it. So I know it can be like a little tricky just trying to figure all those things out, but yeah, at least you got some Sims in as well and did like a bit of a shell challenge. So what did you build with your shell? Was there anything sort of like different, exciting? What sort of vibe was it? Was it like a residential or anything like that? I'm curious. Yeah, as we said, we're building like a little romantic honeymoon cottage at the moment. So we've kind of got our picnic blanket by the fire. I'm just sort of adding into this area here. I want to add in a hot tub. Oh, I've got a hot tub area as well. I forgot I added in, just haven't finished it yet. So a little hot tub area here that we're working on. And we've got our pond. We've got our romantic swing, so that, you know, the couple can swing together on the swing, a little seat there so they can gaze up, you know, pretty garden paths and all that sort of thing. So that's kind of, yeah, the cottagey vibe, and I'm adding like a modern touch to it, and just like, you know, try to make it opulent at the same time to make it, you know, good fit for royalty. Kara Games, the shell is a 4-leaf clover and I turned it into a retail clothing store. Oh, that's cool. That sounds really cool. So, oh, I imagine like all the round shapes would have been interesting to work with on that, because, you know, anytime that you're dealing with curved walls in The Sims, right? It's always a challenge, because it's just like, oh my gosh, those curved walls. Because, you know, you do something and then suddenly they've got like this extra like, you know, stuff coming around it, like little bits of distortion, and yeah, it can be really frustrating. And you just tried to use get to work items. Oh my gosh, limited pack build on top of that. That's fantastic. You did really well then. Because, yeah, anytime that you're doing a shell challenge and then do it like limited pack on top of it, that's like almost like a double challenge, isn't it? Because, yeah, you don't get to choose from all of the things that you might otherwise, like, you know, be able to choose from, you know, within the game. So, yeah, basically a double challenge, I think, when you have, when you go with a limited amount of things. That's cool. And were you happy with how it turned out? It's been a while since I've done a retail store, I've got to say. It's, when did I last do a retail store? Oh my gosh. I don't even remember the last time I did a retail store. You know, I feel like I don't need a heater up there just because I've already got the fireplace there. So I feel like that's not going to be needed. It's, I think it's like one of those things that kind of falls out of being a thing that I think about making in the game, just because they've been out and available out in The Sims for such a long time. And then you just kind of like, oh yeah, retail exists, because I never go retail shopping either in the game, because I forget that it's a thing that, you know, you can do in the game. And yeah. And then when somebody reminds me, I'm like, oh yeah, retail. Oh, you know what it was? I last made a retail shop, just remembered, it was like a magical market. So I did like a magical market in Glimmerbrook, and that was when I last set up a retail shop, and I was like selling, you know, crystal balls and wands and, you know, broomsticks and that sort of thing. That's when I last did it. My gosh. Carry Games, I figured most people would have get to work and it was really easy. Bonus is the shell is small. Oh, that does make it easy. Yeah, because then you can just kind of whip it out quite quickly as well. And then you don't have to fill all that space with only having the one pack. Yeah, that makes sense. So that does make it a little bit easier. Because it does get a little bit hard if you're doing limited packs and then you're just kind of like, oh man, how am I going to fill this up? Like, I always find that with a base game build, for example, you know, like you're doing a base game build and you end up doing like a fairly large kind of house or something like that. And then you're like, oh, now I've got to decorate it. Although, in saying that, base game does get like a little bit easier these days, just because we've had so many different, you know, events and that sort of thing, that and updates that have really added to base game and really extended it, which has been fantastic. I really really appreciate that we've had so much actually added to our base game these days. That's made it a lot easier to do the base game builds. I'm one of those weirdos in many ways, but I'm one of those weirdos that really does enjoy a base game build. I love doing a base game only build, and yeah, I really always appreciate it that we have those different things. I'm just trying to find something tonally that's going to work. It's a little bit off, but it might work. Sabrina. Oh, by the way, I am streaming across 2 platforms as well. So if you do hear me chatting away to someone and you can't see them in your chat, it just means they're in the other chat. So there we go. And yeah, as I said, streaming across the 2 platforms, because I'm daring like that. Oh my. I can't do, I'm not a fancy streamer, but I can manage across two platforms somehow. I don't know. These things work out that way. But yeah, as I said, not the fanciest person in the world, but managed to work that out. So that's something. Yeah, Sabrina, I think the last retail store I bought was just after the Coach update. I built a store to sell bags and clothes. Oh yeah, right. I think a few people kind of did did that retail thing with the Coach, you know, the Coach bag and that sort of thing, which I think is really cool. It was a nice little update. It's nice to have like a few more bag options and stuff in the game, right? I feel like that was a good little update, particularly, you know, free. So that's all good. Love a bit of a free update. Thank you very much. Kara Games, are we lurking because I haven't eaten lunch? Oh yes, please go take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. Thank you so much for the raid, and yeah, go eat. Do all your de-streaming stuff, please, and thank you. Take care of yourself, and yeah, thank you for the raid, and I'll make sure that I am following you back as well, if I haven't already. There we go. Before I forget, otherwise I will forget because I'm shocked like that. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid, and you enjoy your food, please, and thank you. Aylin, you're awesome, Velvet. Ah, thank you. What did I do? I appreciate that. I don't know what I did, but I appreciate that. Always nice to hear that, isn't it? Oh boy. But yeah, I do love me a base game build. I think that's a lot of fun. Oh, you know what? I might do some lounges down here, and we can like have some lounges coming through down there. That might be quite nice. I'm just getting distracted because I'm trying to think of things that I want to have that will be romantic. But we've got picnic spot, we've got hot tub, we've got swings, we've got, I might just do sticking out that way. Picnic blanket by the fire, we've got snuggle spots, we've got swings, we've got hot tubs. Ah, what other things? There must be some more romantic things we can add. What are they? I've just got to get my brain working. And thank you for the follow. Ah, it's what you said earlier about streaming. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, just when you're talking on stream, sometimes, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but it's just, I don't know, there's a connection between my brain and my mouth. If you know what I mean. Like, the words just seem to flow out of my brain. Like, I do sort of think about what I'm saying. But at the same time, I think it's just kind of like, I think about it briefly, and then, like, I say it, and then it's just gone from my brain again. Like, I have trouble retaining the words of what I'm saying beyond, like, a second, beyond, like, when I say it. Does that make sense? Like, it's, so sometimes I'm like, oh, I said that? And I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. You know, it's just like, it's a little bit like that just because the way that my brain works when I'm streaming, because it's another reason why I struggle so much with like names and that sort of thing when I'm streaming and like remembering things, because I feel like my brain is like focused in one area, and then I try to do something else with it, and then it just won't do it. And it's been quite weird because I know how my brain works and that sort of thing, and then it's just been so strange, like experiencing that as a streamer and realizing my brain like deals with streaming in a different way from, like, you know, when I'm normally socializing with someone, and how my brain kind of has to work, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So yeah, it's just one of those things, right? But anyway, it's just been an odd experience, and it's just like it took a little while to actually get used to as a streamer, just realizing that my brain just has to function in a completely different way. Well, in a slightly different way at least, when I'm streaming versus when I'm just like, you know, talking to people in real life, and how like my brain functions. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but I certainly have experienced it, and it's just, it's such a weird thing, because I know like I'll talk about something, and then I know that I know what I'm talking about, but when I'm on stream, like my brain just won't pull it together enough for me to actually, yeah, be a functioning human being. Oh, but you know, it is what it is, right? I've come to accept it as a thing that just like happens to my brain when I'm streaming. I think it's just like, it's got a certain limit to the amount of things that it can handle all at once. And it's just like, no, that's my cutoff point. No more. It's good. Okay, so we're getting our little hot tub area together, and I think we've got like a good amount of wisteria. So I'm thinking like maybe a nice cozy armchair might be quite nice in here. It'd be quite good. We've been progressing really well, I think, today. Like, you know, got a little bit of building done. It's quite nice. And as I said, I did try to attempt to do this limited pack. I don't know how successful I really was with it, but I did attempt it. I love these chairs from Lovestruck. I don't know why. I just really, really do. I might change that, actually. I might change that couch. I feel like I want to go a little bit more modern with the furnishings, because that's the vibe we're going for. We're going for, you know, a house that's been renovated. Like, it's a little bit old, the house itself, but it's been renovated and, you know, made into something a little bit more modern. So I want the vibe to kind of reflect that. There we go. I feel like that's a little bit more modern and works with the coffee table. I don't know. What other coffee table have we got? We might go that one, perhaps. Again, just going that slightly more modern vibe. Go pale. Here we are. Brilliant. And I think like a little rug under there would be quite good. Move that over. A little rug of some sort. Get it on. Have a little drink, I think. I've been really enjoying the Royalty and Legacy pack, though. I think the gameplay has been fantastic, which I love. And I'm really glad that I've done like a couple of challenges with it as well, you know, along the way. So I've done like a Rags to Royalty challenge, and I'm currently still working through the Royal Scandal Legacy, which I think I'm having a lot of fun with. So yeah, that's all sort of trial and error. So I think it's been a really good experience having a couple of different gameplay things that I've been doing with the pack, and it's meant that I've been able to get to know the pack really well, which I think is nice, you know, because I feel like sometimes you get the packs and you sort of play around with them a little bit, and then you get distracted by something, and then you don't really get to play with it as in depth, or as in depth a fashion as you might, you know, otherwise like to do, or you don't really get to experience everything that the pack has to offer. And I feel like because I was very fortunate enough to get you know, really early access with the Sims Partner Sims Creator Program, and you know, got the early access with it when it released. So I got to see it and experience it and sort of play with it for, you know, a little while before it actually came into fruition out in the world. And so appreciative of it, because I feel like I've experienced, you know, Royalty and Legacy in a way that I haven't actually, you know, had a chance to go in depth with, you know, other packs before. So I've been really, really loving that. Because because a lot of the content that I made was around sort of like tip videos and that sort of thing, like, you know, how to do this, and how to do a Nancy's well, and how to, you know, pull the sword from the stone, and, you know, things like that. So, and it meant like I had to kind of go in and learn that stuff and work it out for myself. Because, you know, you can't really very well just say this is how you do that without working it out yourself, or just like, you know, because it was so new that nobody else had really done these videos as yet, because it was brand new. So it's not like I could go out there and just Google it or anything like that. I had to actually go and figure this all out for myself. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed the process and figuring it all out. But it meant that I got to know the pack in such a different way than some of the other packs that I've you know, played around with and done bits and pieces with before. And this was a whole new sort of thing, and I really, really had so much fun with that. It was good. Something new. But the whole scandal, you know, the whole scandal aspect of the gameplay has been so entertaining. Like, so entertaining. I've really, really enjoyed that. And just like I crack up, like the way that you can extort the Sims, and then how that sort of ties in with, you know, little bits of different gameplay throughout, you know, throughout the pack as well. It's just been, it's been really a lot of fun. I've had a blast with it, and you know, it's not that I don't have fun with all of the packs, I think, as they come out. It's just different levels of fun. Like, I enjoyed Enchanted by Nature when it came out, but in saying that, I haven't really gone back to play with fairies since. So I don't know that they really have a lasting impact on my gameplay. You know, like how some some things will have a lasting impact on your gameplay, and then some packs won't. I think the natural living skill from Enchanted by Nature has been probably the most impactful part of it for me, because I use the natural living skill all of the time. It's been fantastic. Like, I love the natural living skill. So useful for me. So, you know, I've loved that part of it. But yeah, like the whole fairy aspect of it, I haven't really gone back to since. So, you know, there's that sort of that. So maybe, like, you know, the whole aspect of Enchanted by Nature hasn't really been a lasting thing for me beyond, you know, obviously having the natural living skill, which has just been absolutely amazing. Sabrina, I'm almost scared to see what the rental cost is going to be on this house. Oh, it's going to be ludicrous. Like, this is going to be rich people only. You've got to be wealthy as anything for this. It's going to be crazy. Because, yeah, honeymoon. But you know what? That's fine. I figure if you're royalty, then, or like, you know, at least a noble, something like that, then you should be able to afford it. Should be something affordable for you. I hope. I hope so anyway. Yeah, it's going to be ludicrous. It's going to be so expensive. Maybe I'll have like a little thing up there. I don't know. I want to use this, but where do I want to use it? That's the question. Maybe here. There we go. We'll put it up there. We still need to put something up there. And I don't know what else I want to put on this deck. I'm having deck issues. I think it's going to be pretty expensive. To say the least. But you know what, as I said, this is designed to be a honeymoon cottage for the nobles, and my theory is that they have enough money to pay for it, so that's all right. It's for the rich and the famous. What else should I do on the deck? I'm thinking maybe like an umbrella. I'm doing the perfect patio stuff pack, so I may as well maybe utilize that. What colors have we got? White. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a little bit of that. I don't really want the black though. I'm not really leaning into black with this build. There we go. Pure white. In terms of the colours that we have option-wise, I think that might be the best one. Everything else is going to look random. Okay. No, you know what? I'm not going to do 4 chairs. I'm going to do 2 chairs because romance. We're not going to have anything on here that doesn't imply 2 people. So this is kind of the idea, right? It's a honeymoon suite thingy. 2 people only. 2 people only for that. It should be good. Expensive but good. I hope. I hope it's good. Okay. I mean, I've got a little bit of a gap there, but maybe you can put like a chess set. And the chess set, you can play chess. Chess is a game for 2, right? Does anybody else go, like their brain go to, you know, when I go to the Twilight movies, and you know when Bella and, spoiler, Bella and Edward get married. And they go to the island, and yeah, Edward is trying to keep her occupied as such, and so they're playing a lot of chess, and that's just where my brain went with that one. Is the Twilight movies and playing some chess on a deserted island. Well, that's where my brain went. That's where my brain went. But I've seen that movie multiple times. I like aspects of it, but you know, being very honest, the plot to book 4 is just insanity for a lot of it, you know, with the whole baby thing and that sort of thing. Just like wild times indeed, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a bit of insanity. We've all got a bit of that going on in our lives, don't we? I think we move that in a little bit. It's sticking out. I don't want it sticking off the edge. So we won't have it sticking off the edge if I don't want it. I can make it happen. Here we go. Da, 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 da. I want to change those windows. Don't know if I want to change them or not. And then we can maybe have like the wisteria coming in through the middle. Maybe that'll work. Okay, I think... Oh, did I add in the garden lights? I don't think I did. So I think if we add in the garden lights, and if I need to tweak anything else... Oh, we haven't done the back deck. So we'll do the back deck, add in the garden lights, and then I think we'll move to the interior. Amazing. We're doing so well. So add in a little bit more wisteria through there. It's wisterious. Wisterious, get it? Because mysterious, wisterious. I'm sure you guys have figured that one out. Garden lights, let's get them in, because we like to have a little bit of lighting going around the place and making sure that we can see where we're going. I love these little Moonflower outdoor post lamps. They are so pretty for like cottagey style builds and stuff. I use them all the time for like cottagey style builds or anything where there's like you know, quite a bit of landscaping, just because they look like flowers, and I think, you know what, that's cute. So I like to go there with it. Star and Sam's, it's looking so good. Oh, thank you. I think it's come together quite nicely. Like, I don't build too many cottages. Although, you know what, we were just talking about Enchanted by Nature, and you know, when Enchanted by Nature came out, you know, the whole aesthetic is really, you know, you're sort of like natural, whimsical sort of style builds. And I feel like with Enchanted by Nature, I got a lot better with like my whimsical style builds. I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything, because there's some people out there that are absolutely, you know, epically amazing at them. But you know, that's their bread and butter. That's what they build all the time. Whereas I tend to build like, you know, a little bit more modern and that side of things. But I see that's pretty. So yeah, I don't really do a lot of cottagey style builds, but I feel like when we did get Enchanted by Nature come out, that I did a lot more of them on that style of build, and it got like a lot more whimsical, and I feel like that really gave me a little bit of a boost and a little bit more confidence in doing those sort of styles of builds. Because, you know, you come across the builds and you don't, you know, style a build and whatever, and you don't do it very often. It's really hard to, you know, feel confident, or, you know, yeah, I think confidence is probably the best way to put it. Lemons? Yes, lemons. To do those style of builds often, because, you know, it's like, oh, but I don't know if I'm any good at them. You know what? You can but try, hey? And practice will get you a long way to getting better at these things. That's what I've sort of always been with, you know, with building. It's just like, if I just keep practicing, then I'll get better at it. That's my theory. And I think that theory kind of paid off. I did get better at building. And I continue, I think, to, you know, improve all the time I'm building. I feel like I've got builder goals, and one day I may reach them. I don't know if I will ever reach them, but builder goals are nice. It's good to have goals and like little things that you want to improve on and get better at, you know, that sort of thing, as builders. Unless it's just me, but I feel like that's the case. I feel like people do like set goals and like to try, you know, new things and push themselves as builders and expand their abilities and, you know, that sort of thing. I think that's a good thing to be able to do, and I feel like people are sort of out there doing that. Need something decorative here, I feel like, but I don't know what. I do not know what would do the trick. Maybe we can do like the bars. I haven't really used them anywhere else. I feel like that would kind of be weird if I haven't used them anywhere else. You know, like these lovely vertical line bars. I love those. From Eco Lifestyle and from Get Famous. They're just, you know, they're just so good. You can use them for all sorts of things. Okay, well, maybe I am going to use them. And maybe I can put in some lighting. That might be the way to go. Some lighting of some description. You love my builds? Aw, thank you. I'd really appreciate that. I work hard on them. And I've worked hard to be feel comfortable sharing them as well. That was probably one of the biggest things for me, is like getting to the point where I felt like comfortable sharing them. out there in the world, and I did spend a lot of time sort of practicing and building my skills, and I think I'm continuing to, practice and build my skills and that sort of thing. As as you do more and you kind of get like different techniques and that sort of thing. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of people. You watch speed builds and then you're kind of like, oh yeah, pick up that idea, and then like slowly this little repertoire of ideas that you have in your head expands, and you just like get a larger sort of base of skills that you have available to you, and next thing you know, sort of like you can do slightly more complicated builds or slightly bigger builds, or whatever the case is. And yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that you kind of, I feel like the lights are not going to work there. Maybe I'll just put some more wisteria. All else fails, add more flowers. There we go, more flowers. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think, it's one of those things that you need to really practice in the game. It's not something that you're just going to be able to get straight away. It does take time and it does take practice. But at the same time, it's super fun. I find it very relaxing to build. You know what I mean? Like, it's mental health wise, I do find it extremely good for me as a thing to do, because it's just like it keeps my brain occupied, and takes me away from stresses in the world and that sort of thing. And I do find it very beneficial for me, for my mental health, because it just like it chills my brain out. And like sometimes my brain is not chill, so being able to have something that you find good and fun, and as well at the same time chill, so that you can actually relax your brain a little bit and feel like a little bit more of a reasonable human being. I think that really, really helps. It really does. And so that's what I found in The Sims 4 is, with building particularly, is something that really helps me and my mental health, and be in a really good mental space. And building is, as I said, one of those things that really does help me be better. Not necessarily a better builder, but a better person, I think, because I can go to a place and I can sit here and I can build and just chill out, put some music on, build, and just like zone out and, give my brain a rest. And I think sometimes you just need to be able to do that, right? Just give your brain a rest. So I appreciate that and what The Sims has given me. So, I know that The Sims is not a perfect game. We've got a whole lot of, stuff going on in the world at the moment in terms of The Sims as well, and people have their opinions about it, which is cool. Everybody deserves their own opinion and has the right to it. But for me, it's a game that I love, and I want to be able to share it. And that's why I'm a Sims partner, is that, I can share a game that I love, and I can create a safe space for people that do love this game, and want to, just continue to enjoy it and share it, and have it in their life. It's not for everybody, but it is for me, and I love it. Aylin's same. Aw, you guys. Star and Sims, I really respect builders. It's something I struggle with, and I usually end up just downloading from the gallery, but I've tried to do like inspiration builds or use floor plans to give myself a boost and feel like it's already built. I'm just copying it, so I feel more confident in the aesthetic of it. Yeah, and I think, everybody has their own sort of style and everything like that they like to bring to the builds. And I think, builds that you download from the gallery, you can make your own as well. And that's what I like, or want people to do with my builds, is I want them to download them, but then make them their own, because it's you that has to play on them. And I don't expect them to be, left exactly as is. My sort of idea is that, you can take my build and then turn it into something design-wise that really suits you. Like, I'll give you the... I'll give you the start by doing all the building stuff, and then you adjust it how you like and make it really good. And I think that's a great way to sort of experience and do your own design work as well, is by taking a build from the gallery and making it your own, right? By doing the little tweaks and by changing this and fixing that and doing this. And yeah, I think it's a really great way to just really get into building, is taking those builds from the gallery and making them your own. Aylin, that's the same for you. That's so cool. I love that. And just like, you know, I think it's such a cool experience that we have the gallery here for players to actually take advantage of and make, you know, and share their creations and make them their own, you know. I love that aspect of it, and it's why it always frustrates me that the gallery isn't what it should be, because I feel like it's such a big part of us and in this game and our community is having a place where we can share our creations, you know, and talk to each other. Like, oh, back in the day when we could all talk to each other about, you know, our builds and stuff like that, we had like our little news section. How good did that used to be? Oh, I still miss it to this day, because I used to always like sit there and I you know, every time I was logged on, I was just like in there, check my little news section and reply to people and get to know people through that. And it was just like, it was so fun. It was before I joined Sims Twitter and, you know, that sort of thing, and really got to know a lot more about the community and stuff. You know, I was not in the community at all. So this is just my way of being in the community without knowing that more of the community existed across different social media platforms and stuff. It was just like, well, this is official Sims community, right? Because it's in the game. About the building. Oh, you meant about the building helping? Yeah, it's it does. It really does. And I know that's the case for a lot of people, where it's just like building is such a good creative outlet, and it keeps your brain from doing brain things, you know. I know it settles my brain down and calms it down when it starts to get into that whirly swirly, you know, negative space or bad space, or it's just like it's a bit overwhelming or whatever it is. Being able to actually do something that I know is absolutely going to chill my brain out, and that I'm going to love and enjoy, and I'm going to be able to do something creative and have something positive come from it. So like, you know, I can build something and then I'm able to share that on the gallery and other people can enjoy it too. Yeah, that's such a pleasure for me. It really is. I love that. And yeah, being able to share that with everybody, and yeah, and do it, it's fun. And then you guys hang out with me when I do it. It's pretty cool too. Yeah, I love that, you know, everybody can take away from The Sims the things that they love to do in it as well. That's what I really do enjoy about the game, because I think we all approach it in, you know, slightly different ways as well. So, you know, the fact that we can do different things with it, you know, because I think we're talking about how you know, we can do like the story based gameplay, or, you know, you can do your challenge based gameplay, and, you know, that sort of thing. It's really cool that we can do all of these different things with the same game. You know, we don't always have to have the same story with the game, and we don't have to have the same outcome. We don't have to be doing the same things in the game. Some people love cash, some people love building, some people love, you know, legacies and lots of stories, and, you know, all of that sort of thing. And you know, it's so cool that we have all of these different options with the game, and, you know, we don't have to have the same outcome. Appreciate that. Those lights are annoying the Jesus out of me. I think I might delete them, because that's going to be annoying for gameplay. I like the idea of them. Oops. But sorry, lights. Lights be gone. There are like plenty of lights up there, so I feel like it's glowy and romantic anyway. So I think I'm okay with the lights not being there. They were just like dangling down, and it's just going to be irritating to play in. So be gone. Aylin, yes, that's very much similar to me too. My brain is sometimes also so busy, and building is calming and helps a lot. Yeah. Yeah, like my brain just winds up and just goes if I'm not careful and if I don't manage it properly. So yeah, and I do find that The Sims is really good for helping me manage that. And I think that's a really important thing, right? Being able to just have something that really does work for you, that helps you be in a really good place mentally. Because, you know, the better you are mentally, I think the better you are in life, right? Because you're able to navigate life a lot better. Because life ain't easy. Stan Sims, yeah, it's something you can control besides breezes. And be creative, and you don't have to be anxious about it. You can just build. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You can just kind of get on and do what you want to do with the game, or, you know, and the build, and just chill out and relax. And it's just, I think particularly if I am in a sort of like in one of those spaces where I do need to relax and that sort of thing. My poor kids sometimes, it's just like, you know, they'll come over and they'll tap me on the shoulder and tap me on the shoulder and tap me on the shoulder. Like, Mom, Mom, Mom. And I'm just like, okay. Now, come to me. Tell me everything that you're going to need for the next couple of hours. Ask any questions now. And then you're going to leave me alone for a couple of hours because Mum needs to chill out. And I'm at my limit. So we're going to just like, we're going to deal with this now. And we'll get all the things out of the way. And then we're going to leave Mum alone for 2 hours so Mum can chill out because Mum's struggling right now. And you know what? My kids are actually really good about understanding that because they know that, you know, I need a moment. I need some time just to get my brain back on track. And yeah, they're really good about it. But, you know, just sometimes they're just like, yeah, tapping on my shoulder quite a lot and just being like, you know, needing some mum, which is fine. That's what I'm here for. But it's just like, okay, let's get it all out of the way now. And then I'm going to have 2 hours in a block of time where I can have some space to me and get myself back on track. And they're really good about that. So I appreciate that. And I love my kids so much. They're very good kids. Now, how are we going to do this layout? So I'm thinking upstairs, this is going to be our bedroom. I was thinking about having an ensuite up here as well, but we've kind of got 3 doors coming out. I think maybe if we're going to do an ensuite, we can do... I was thinking about having that guest toilet downstairs, but if I can fit an ensuite up here, that would be great. And then we can kind of go to the bed. I was thinking a Lovestruck bed, but what do you guys think about doing the racy Get Famous bed? Like one of the racy ones, like a Tiger Stripe or the Cheetahs or something like that. Like we can go something like that. It's a bit gaudy, to be fair. I mean, sometimes with the Get Famous stuff, it is gaudy, right? But I feel like that's leaning into the maximalist side of things, and sometimes like just leaning into the whole gaudy aspect. Like I don't think it suits this build. Can be quite a fun thing, and I actually quite like that stuff. And it's quite a challenge to build with. But you know, I feel like you can really do something very funky with that. Like, you know, you can just go hard on it. Absolutely not going to suit this cottage, but yeah, I think it would be really cool. And I don't know, I'm half tempted to, even though it doesn't really particularly suit the cottage, we could do like a whole vibe room, right? Where it's really just leaning into that kind of vibe. It is a honeymoon cottage, so bed over the top might make sense. Yeah, you're right. And just like have it really saucy, like, you know, I feel like that might be the one that I can probably get away with the most. Don't know if we're going to be able to do the canopy. We'd have to go taller walls, I think, or shrink that down. Ugh, that doesn't shrink well. But I mean, imagine that. Oh. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to go tall walls on that though, because it's just going to be way too tall. I think. I don't know, is it? Maybe it's not. I just have to adjust the ivy of the wisteria. But other than that, actually, not too bad. Okay, I'm going to leave that tall and we can put that canopy in behind the bed. We're just going to go hard. We're going to go hard. Go hard, we're going to go home, right? But, yeah. That bed is a lot, but we're going honeymoon. We're going saucy. I wanted to have, like, some saucy elements in here. So I feel like that does work, you know? Let's just do it. We'll make it work. We'll have a nice, romantic, saucy room. Is there anything else we should have that's going to be, like, really saucy that we can add to that room? Out of curiosity. Let me think. What else could there be? Let's go to the tall ones. There we go. Brilliant. So, if we went with this, I might just remove those windows as well. So I can do an ensuite here, or I can not. I feel like having an ensuite would be quite nice. for your bedroom. It does take away a big chunk of the bedroom, but that's okay. I think that does work. And, you know, wild time with that bed, I think for sure. I feel like we could do another repetition of the fireplace in here with the bearskin rug again. Like have an indoor version of it. Please repeat. Thank you very much. And, you know, bearskin rug in there, but I'll do like a brown chocolate one to go with the bed. And I need something saucy. Oh, we can do the Get Famous, because I'm using Get Famous. We can use the Get Famous rug, you know, that has the stripies and stuff. This one. The trendy rug. Now, which one have we got that we can go with? Brown. Oh, that with the gold. Maybe go black on that and then black with the brown. Which wallpaper should I go for? I don't know. It's a whole vibe though. It's going to be a whole vibe. So another bearskin rug in front of the fire, because obviously we're going to need a bearskin rug in front of the fire. That makes sense to me. Roll up in front of the fire, have a little bit of woohoo. Yes, please. We're on our honeymoon after all. We are celebrating our marriage. It's going to be romantic. And I feel like curtains might be a necessity. We don't want any passers-by peeping in and seeing what we're up to in our fabulous racy bedroom. Oh yeah, it's going to be the challenge of finding some curtains. Maybe we'll go the gold. Actually, you know what? Honestly, the gold really does work nicely with the whole vibe as well. You know, we're going royal, right? So I feel like gold does work with that. And there. Okay. I don't know. I think I might do the ensuite downstairs. I think it's just taking up too much space there. So, that means we can move this over to the center of the room. Have like a little fireplace over there. And I might just move the windows down into the corner. And that could work. Curtains. Redo those. And then that's the canopy going in there. Da, da, da. And we get the bearskin rug going there. Brilliant. That way we'll have our poker. Fire pokers. You've always got to put your fire pokers in, my friends. Type in fire in the search and then tools of fire will come up there. Brilliant. So I need, we need some stuff on the side table. Because I'm doing this limited pack, I don't know that we'll have, like, isn't there, like, handcuffs in the game, but that's get to work, I imagine, right? Oh, that's not really the great. That's not what we want to do for side tables. We want to go, yeah, we want to go this chocolate colour. Thank you very much. We're going royal. We're going rich. We're going way over the top. I love it. It's saucy. Saucy. I have no idea what colour wallpaper we're going to use in here. Maybe a nice... Oh, what about a... Oh, do we have a wood panel? You know what would actually be quite good for this is the Casanova Cave kit. Like, that would be great, but I don't think I'm not using any kits in this. I'm just using expansion packs plus the perfect patio stuff pack. Randomly. Like a wood panel, like a dark wood panel like that. But maybe even like the Love Struck wallpaper. Whoa, that would be wild. That would be nutsos. Oh, I think the colours are just wrong on it. That would be cool though. I'm half thinking like that one, but wow, that's loud. But the gold tones kind of work with it, right? The other option is we can go for something flowery. No, see, I don't think that works. Maybe something like that. Maybe. Not loving it. Go rich brown like that. I don't know. I'm half leaning into this purplish one. It's wild, but ugh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty daring. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do that. It's gonna be a stretch, that one. It's daring, 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 daring. I don't know if I've got much in the way of other options. Oh, hello. No, problem solved. Thank you very much to Get Famous. Marble wallpaper, obviously. Obviously, that's perfect. Okay, so I need a dresser in here. Oh, we're definitely going to have the costume box from the costume trunk from Livestream for our costumes. Absolutely going to have those. Obviously. And yeah, it's perfect, right? Perfect. As soon as that went on, I'm just like, sold. I don't even need to look at anything else. That's the one. It's just like, you know, sometimes it just hits you when you're building and like, you know, it just like, that's the perfect one. You don't need to worry about anything else. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, so we have like a mirror there and the costume box, and then we'll put a dresser in as well. Thinking this one here. But what colours we got? For our shoes. So I don't think so I've got this other dresser. Oh, I haven't got the space for it. I don't really have the space unless I can move this door over. We're going to put it like a smaller door in. That's an option. It doesn't have to be a big door. It can go smaller. There we go. Can go a little smaller. And wisteria, saving the day. There we go. There we go. I love that door option, however. Oh, I hate how there's no skinny doors in medium or tall walls. Like, it drives me bananas. I don't like it at all. Because then you put like in any other kind of door and it just like looks silly. It just looks a bit silly, doesn't it? Ah, that's an ongoing pet peeve of mine. I just like, you know, if they put out a kit on the marketplace, which is just all doors in all different heights, like I would be so all over it. Be like, yes, please, give it to me. Give it to me now. I want it. I would absolutely be there for a door kit. Which sounds kind of dumb, but you know what? Give me a good range of doors that fit in you know, different height walls, then yeah, I'm there for it. Sabrina, you love the Get Famous bed? Well, today's your lucky day. I actually really like it as well, but it's got to be used, I think, in a certain way to really make it work in a home. And it's not really, I haven't built a lot of homes where it's been one of those beds that really does work with it. But I feel like if I'm going to use it, a honeymoon home, it's going to be the time, isn't it? I mean, is there a better time to use it than in a honeymoon house? I feel like that's the case. Whoa. Hello, Cordelia. Aylin, yes, there should be more thin tall doors. Right? It's just like they're all like, and then there needs to be more interior doors for the taller walls as well. Like, why don't we have more interior walls for that? I mean, interior doors for that. Like, that's another thing that drives me bananas. Like, please give me just more interior. I don't know. I feel like those aren't particularly romantic. Like, they fit, but they're not overly romantic. So yeah, that's better. That's what we want. That's what we want. This is the style. There we go. That's more the vibe. Yeah, like having more interior doors would just be like in medium and tall height would be just the bee's knees. I would be over the moon to get anything that worked for that, because it's just, there's just nothing, and it's frustrating. I feel like those curtains are going to set on fire, but that's fine. You know what? That's actually worked out quite nicely. It feels kind of saucy, and I think we'll put like a chaise lounge, a chaise lounge there. I feel like that's an appropriate place to have one of those. I don't know if we've got anything that matches in terms of the colours and stuff. Not really. It's okay. Maybe a brown? Yeah, brown. That'll do the trick nicely. Brilliant. And you know what? I want another one of these in brown, just because I want to maybe put something on there like a fruit bowl. I feel like a fruit bowl would be appropriate here. I don't know why. I just feel like, you know, they're feeding each other grapes. That's the vibe we're going for, right? Fruit bowl, like dangling grapes over each other's heads and feeding. I don't know why that's romantic, but it's romantic imagery, and I don't know why. Like, why is that romantic? Like, it would just irritate me. But I'm not an overly romantic person. In saying that, I love romance. And I think that in some ways I am a romantic person, but also I'm so practical that there's some things that are just like, I don't get into the romance of. And I feel like dangling like grapes over my head is not one of those things that I would lean into as, oh, the fruit? Yes, let's do that. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't vibe with that whole idea. I don't get it in my brain. I think that's the problem. I just really don't get it in my brain. Like, how is that romantic? I don't know. What about adding the champagne thing? Oh, yeah, the VIP. Yes, that's perfect. I was just thinking about what to do in that corner. And I'm thinking like we can do like a little romance console table and have like some romantic accoutrements over there. Just thinking just to fill this corner up. Right, have like a little bit of romantic thing. So the VIP bucket, perfect. There we are. What else we got? I'm going to type in romance, see what comes up. Not much. What about romantic? What comes up? Not much. All right. I'm gonna have to look for myself now. How dare I? I always take those shortcuts, like doing little searches and stuff. Oh, tissues. Yes. I feel like maybe we'll put that on the side thing. End table. Here we go. Tissues by the bed, because obviously we need to wipe up messes. Nectar. Is that horseradish? Done. Done. Okay, not nectar. What else we got? What else we got that's going to be fabulous for our romantic bedroom? Tissues. Oh, the little penguin plush. Put that under there, like, you know, it's a little love heart one. Love represents love. David, how are you? Come on in, welcome in. Kia ora. Oh, actually, maybe we'll do the heart plushie. The heart bed. Well, we've gone with the saucy, racy, get famous bed here. So, we've gone with that one. We've designed the whole room around it, and it's pretty fantastic. We're going like extra royal. Extra royal. Royal and romantic. Woohoo friendly. This is what we're doing there. So we're building our romantic cottage right now. Oh, a fan, because we're getting hot. Got a fan ourselves. Like, that's a good one. Romantic. It's getting hot in here. And somebody's taking their shoes off, obviously. They're taking their shoes off. Bit of romance there. Saucy red shoes as well, because she's really... well, I'm guessing it's... No, it doesn't have to be a she. It could be anyone. Masks, maybe. Mirror. Cute, maybe a cute mirror. I mean, kind of limited into what we can choose here, but there we go. David, making it a decent night despite clients still coping with the flu. Ah. Well, at least it's a decent night, hey? That's a positive. I like the sound of that. I've had a nice chill morning, and we've been building this fabulous honeymoon cottage, which I'm very much enjoying. It's sort of like, it's a modern cottage, sort of like a renovated cottage, and it's been made to look like a little bit more modern upmarket, that sort of thing. It's for royals, but it's still been there for a long time, so they've got a bit of history there. And yeah, so it's been there. Oh, the lovebirds. Yes, do that instead of the mirror. The lovebirds. What colour should I go for? Oh, the red. Red or the brown? Might do that one. I think colour-wise that works better. So this is what we've been building so far. This is our little romantic cottage. We've done all the exterior, so that's kind of all done. And we're just working on the interior. So just doing the upstairs first, which is the bedroom, and we'll go downstairs and do all the living stuff plus the bathroom down there, and then we'll be all finished for the day, which is pretty cool. We've had a nice chill build, and I've had a lot of fun, and everybody's been very kind to me today, so that's nice. I always appreciate that. We're all sweethearts here in chat today. I mean, I say today. It's like, when are you not, really? You're all very nice to me and kind, and put up with my nonsense, so I always appreciate that. So thank you, everybody, for putting up with my nonsense. Gift basket under there. Now, is there anything else we can put by the fireplace? But, we've got our bearskin runs. Oh, nice drinks tray. There we go. There's our nectar that we want to bring into it. Drinks tray. And we've got our bearskin rug. And we've got our fireplace. It's all very... Maybe I'll put this over here. It's not really a lot of space over there. Move our shoes. There we are. Very romantic. Okay, so I think we're ready for downstairs. So we're going to have our bathroom here. That was my idea. And then we're going to have kitchen, living, dining. I think I'll put the kitchen here. We can have dining here, and then we'll have the living room over there. Might put in... I'm going to have like 3 fireplaces in this build, but it's going to be cozy. That's the vibe, right? Super cozy. Well, that's what I was trying to do anyway. Cozy. David, but I've been really enjoying playing with the new royalty pack. The informant lady is so hard to find out about. I'll watch a video of yours again for tips. You did not express nonsense. Quirkiness is admirable. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I definitely lean into the quirky side of the spectrum. And I'm fine with that. That's all good. Yeah, the informant lady is really hard. I do think there's... I don't know if there's another way to find her. I've only discovered one way to find her at the moment. And I think not establishing a relationship with her prior to doing a Nancy's Well quest is probably to your benefit at the end of the day with that. But it's definitely, I think, one of the things that people have had a lot of trouble with, finding the royal robber, and then finding Connie, the informant lady. I'm trying not to be too spoilery. So yeah, I do think that people have really struggled with that. Obviously, we're going to have like a really nice big bath, so that it's going to be like a... Imagine if they had a function. Sorry, jumping from one subject to the other. But imagine if they had a function for bathing for 2. You know how they had the hot tub function. What if they had like a romantic... Unless they do already, and I've missed it. But yeah, like a romantic function so people could share a bath as well. Like, how cool would that be? I would love that. That'd be a really cool woohoo thing. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. The... distracted temporarily. The informant person and the royal robber with the royalty and legacy aspiration has definitely been, I think, challenging for a lot of people in terms of just working out how to actually do those. So I have only found the one way to do the to find the informant at this point. Like, I haven't found another way to do it. And I do find that if you have already established a relationship with her prior to doing the quest that you need to do to be able to do that part of it, it cannot, sometimes it doesn't work. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a funny one, I think. Bit of a funny one. But hopefully you managed to get it to work okay. Because it can be a bit challenging to get it all to work. But I'm trying not to be too spoilery because it is a new pack and I don't want to spoil all the things. If you know what I mean. Like, I'm trying not to. Don't know how successful I am, but I'm trying. That counts for something, doesn't it? Right, I wanted to put something in the corner of this bath. I don't have a lot of bath options. I am doing this, obviously the limited pack, so. I'm thinking, I might do the Love Struck candles. Or do candles all around the bath. That's romantic, right? And maybe we can just have, like, the bathroom all lit with candlelight. Ooh, that could be pretty. Candlelight. Yeah, love that. That would be very cool. I think so too. Da, 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 da. Go that one. David, she shows up in the travel to a lot with, but not in Sims contact list. No, she won't. She doesn't show up in the Sims contact list, and she's not someone that you can find in manage households as well. So a little bit difficult to actually find and get a hold of and do things with. And I think that's probably a bit of a deliberate thing that they've done in the game, but it's definitely tricky. So I do wonder whether or not there is actually an easier way to go about it. I just, as I said, I haven't discovered it at this point. Whoa. Just about put a whole fireplace in there. Not what I intended. I let the blue screen travel thing go for 15 minutes and ended up Control-Delete to end the game. Yeah. I had my sim use the travel to option in the pirate bar. Okay. Yeah, you definitely want to be hanging around in that pirate bar. The pirate bar is key to it all. For sure, but it is a little tricky, and because the royal robber and the information broker, they both operate a little bit differently, I think, from your regular Sims. So yeah, I don't think you can't really find them in the same way, I feel like. So it does make it a lot more challenging, I think, to be able to get through that aspiration from that perspective, because I sort of went through and I had to work it all out and figure that all out, and it was definitely challenging doing all that. But got there in the end. But yeah, definitely a challenge to figure all of that stuff out and make it all work. Okay, I think I might do the toilet round in this nook, because I feel like, that way you're not sort of like looking at somebody going to the toilet when you're in the bath, which I think is a positive thing. Just saying. Am I using Island Living? Not. Okay. Go with white. Go with white then. Modern. Google claims she's often at the bar in Vertimar. Lies, she's never been there. That's where I found her. But to be honest, you don't actually need to do that. You don't need to find her. What you need to do is do the Anansi's Well quest. And you need to be in the Noble Career. And then there's, in the Anansi's Well quest number 3, so the third trial of Anansi, what you want to do is you want to use a lie about Noble Career as the option that you do. And then that will get you in a relationship, I believe, with, I think I'm remembering the right thing. And with the information broker from there. So that's how you actually get that relationship happening, is through that. So you don't actually need to physically find her. I've gone through, and without ever knowing the information broker, I did the steps as I worked them out, and I was able to complete that part of the aspiration just from doing the trials of Anansi. So that's kind of the key thing that you want to be able to do for that particular aspiration is the trials of Anansi. So make sure that you do those, but you don't necessarily have to know her to be able to complete that or find her. In fact, you can just be friends with her without all that. So it's quite good. But you got to know the trick for it, and that's the tricky part. It's working that out. But I think I figured it out, and it seems to, like, I tested it about 3 or 4 times, and it worked consistently for me. So hopefully it works for you as well. But I know some people have had struggles with it, and getting it to work the way that they wanted it to. But I feel like if you do haven't established a prior relationship with them, that does cause issues, you know. Sabrina, I met the information broker, then hacked the computer to discover a scandal. That's how I found it. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Sabrina. So there you go. There's another method of doing it. So you've met the information broker and then hacked the computer to discover her scandal. So when you say you hacked the computer, what do you mean by, like, how specifically did you do that? So I'm just trying to figure it out in my brain how you actually physically did that. So you met the scandal broker or the information broker, and then you hacked the computer. But in which way did you hack the computer? Was it through programming? Was it a specific hack that you needed to do? K-Red Games, QT, you support me more than people who are around me all the time. You've never changed who you are when I first stumbled into your life. Plus, you have a bit of my craziness inside you. You're a keeper. QT is amazing. QT's great, right? I think QT's an absolute sweetheart. And I always love having QT around. What a lovely thing to say. That's so kind. So sweet. Love that. Live, not left. Yeah. Stumbled into your life. I thought that was really sweet to say. It's always nice to give somebody a lovely compliment, I think. It's a way to brighten somebody's day that doesn't really cost you much, I think. So don't be afraid of compliments, people. Share them around. Compliments are very nice. And, you know, you never know how that will affect somebody's day. Hopefully positively. That would be the idea, right? You want to give somebody a compliment. You want them to actually feel positive about that compliment. I would think so, in general, right? I feel like that would be the case. Sabrina, you can go into the computer with a high level of programming, and you can go under scandals and hack for scandal, and it'll give you a menu of folks you can look for secrets on. Took me a couple of tries to get the scandal that way, but it worked. Cool. I'm going to write that down. I might actually share that one, because I know people do struggle with that. I don't have a pen. I'll test it out. Hack for scandal. High level. And that was after meeting the broker. So I imagine that you would only be able to hack the scandal for people that you've met, right? That would make sense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you. No, Kay, don't be silly. She'll definitely be lurking here anyway. But it was really nice of you to say. I thought that was really lovely. So don't be embarrassed, please. Please don't be embarrassed about that. That was such a sweet thing to say. I was just like, oh, that's so heartwarming. That's so kind. Really, really lovely. And I think we can all agree QT's a lovely person. So very nice thing of you to say. Trying to watch both at the same time. I know how that goes because, like, I'm the same way. Like, there's so many people that you want to watch all at once, and then it's just like, I have to switch between to be able to catch all the stuff that I want to see and all the people that I want to see. Absolutely among friends. Absolutely among friends. And we've got a bit of QT love here, so it's all good. I think we have done all right in terms of just, like, you know, a little bit of mood lighting in here. I think that's nice. And I'm hoping that they will have a nice little bath in there, and it's all, like, soothing and romantic and lovely. And you know what? If you want to come into my stream and say something nice about someone, I'm always going to support that because I support kindness and niceness and sweet little things like that. I think that's lovely. So no shame on you at all. No shame at all on that. I think that's a wonderful thing to say. Cutie's a sweet person. Okay, I think we've done our bathroom. So let's go and do the last of our rooms. And we'll be all finished. Isn't that amazing? We've done really well today. Irene, how are you? Let's demode right now, honey. don't know what that means, but welcome in. Oh, no, you're very sweet, Kay. I think that's a really wonderful thing to say. So please do not be embarrassed. There's nothing embarrassing about that whatsoever. That was wonderful. I think we're doing very well. I don't know what colour. I'm thinking maybe I might go like a pale pink in here as our, I don't know, our colour. I think that's a nice thing to go with. And because I want to kind of go like, you know, light colours and that sort of thing. And we did pinks on the exterior, so I feel like pink could work quite nicely. Yeah, not at all, right? It's like you come in and say something nice. I'm going to love it. Love it. Looking at the tub, I can imagine what an enlightening bath experience for someone with long hair. Like, imagine me hopping in the bath. It'd be like, and my hair would set on fire. Oh, boy. That would be an experience. How romantic. My hair's on fire. Really upping the romance in here. Ooh, maybe we can go like a pattern. That might be quite cool. Yeah. At least in The Sims we know that's not going to happen. But yeah, in real life, you would be in danger there, wouldn't you? Be like, uh-oh. All the candles, yeah, your hair would go whoosh. Okay, you did get food, ordered Mexican. I'm trying to eat and type and play a game at the same time. Multitasking, right? Love it. Oh, I love Mexican food. Do you guys love Mexican food? I don't know if that's going to work for the stairs, so maybe I'll move this over. I love Mexican food. I usually... Oh, I don't know. I was going to say I usually have this, but I was just thinking about it. I was like, no, there's no usual about it. I will have anything that's Mexican. I just love it. It's yummy. I don't really have it enough, but the more I have it, the happier I am. It's great multitasking. I know. It's like I can multitask, but there's a certain limit to how much I can do at once. I feel like I would, if I was eating and trying to talk on stream at the same time, I would just be dropping stuff all over my keyboard. I'd be like, oh, that's dangerous territory. I'm going to have to clean my keyboard after this. And my keyboard's... I need to give my keyboard a good clean as it is. So I'm just like, oh, I'd be risking it. I'd be risking it, all right. David, it's more of a challenge to have Sims catch on fire as in previous Sims era. Yeah, as in it's a lot harder for them to die via fire. Is that what you mean? I don't know if I've got a comparison for that. It's been so long since I played Sims 1 and I never really played Sims 2 in depth, and I didn't really play Sims 3, or I didn't play Sims 3. So, I don't know. Comparatively, I don't really know. I haven't really thought about that. I imagine that's probably right, though. Your Cuero Mexican food. Mexican food. Like a beautiful burrito, or like tacos, or nachos. Oh, I love nachos. Oh, yum. Oh, that sounds so good right now. Yummos. I'm very there for that. And very jealous. It's like, I'm there for it and also jealous at the same time, because that sounds amazing. Maybe we have a shelf running in there. What have we got in the way of shelves? Surfaces. You're bad at multitasking, Aylin? Yeah, my husband really is as well. Like, he can't text and, like, you know, turn on the TV at the same time or anything like that. It's just, not his vibe. And I'm just sitting there impatient, like, why can't you turn the TV on while you're on your phone? And I'm just like, can't do it. Just can't. And that's fine. I've accepted that. It just took me a while to accept that as a thing, but I did accept it eventually. Like, why can't you do both at the same time? I don't get it. But multitasking is not his thing, and that's all good. Such is life. David, I remember the first 2 words from the old Taco Bell commercial using the Chihuahua dog. Yes. We don't really have we've got... Okay. We didn't used to have Taco Bell. A Taco Bell opened up, I would say, right before COVID in Auckland, which is not where I live, but it was where I was living at the time. And yeah, we did go to it. It was actually really, you know, like Taco Bell, I think, you know, in terms of cheap, cheerful, you know, tacos and that sort of thing. Whereas this was actually kind of expensive relative to what I kind of expected, because I have, you know, I'm aware of Taco Bell as a brand. But yeah, it was quite expensive for what it was. So we never went back. Because I was kind of like, well, you know, I was expecting, I don't think I can do that mirror. Yeah, I was expecting something different from what I got in terms of an experience. Aha, this will do the trick. I just wanted a bigger mirror, essentially, is where I was going with this. A bigger mirror, please. David, yes, it's hard for them to catch fire. If they do, it always goes out soon and not fair. Depends on whether or not you want them to catch fire, I guess. But yeah, I've had Sims die in fires, I have to admit. Sometimes if they're annoying me or they're stupid and let themselves get on fire and don't put themselves out, then I'm just like, I'll just let you deal with it. And if you die, you die, and it's your own doing. This has been my kind of, you know, theory in the past with them, and it has happened a few times where they have passed away from the fire just because, well, it was because of their own stupidity. So I just left them to their own stupidity and let them deal with it, and it's been like, yep. I need to push that back a little further. I just don't want the leaves in the wall if I can help it, but okay, I think we can manage that. But yeah, they do, because I think there's a lot of methods. It's been a long time since I've played Sims 1 and had a Sim set on fire. Although I do own Sims 1 and I do own Sims 2, because I actually won a bundle. This was before I was part of the creator program, and I won one of the bundles for that. And so I actually had like the, you know, that Sims 1 Sims 2 bundle that came out a while ago. Yeah, I won that. So I have them sitting there. I just haven't played them. As you do. Just haven't done it. Ooh. Phone? Yes. Cute little phone. What else do we need? Oh, I love this bowl from Eco Lifestyle. You can put your keys in it. Keys in the bowl. That's a good thing. So I need some haul stuff here. Do I have anything? Oh, I don't think I've got the packs. Oh, actually, you know what? I do, because I've got Horse Ranch. And I've got Adventure Weights. So I've got like a couple of haul options. Here we go. We can hang up our stuff in the hallway. Here we go. Mitigate the wood a little bit. Nice. Okay, we've got some collections here. I love that. Making the progress, my friends. Making the progress. Okay, and we need a painting for up here of some description. What about the lady one from Love Strike? Lady in red. This lady one. That'll work. Okay, so we're going to have dining, I think, there, and kitchen here, because it's a nice little blank space of wall I can put my fridge and my oven against, which is nice. Right, well, I guess we're going to go with the noble necessities, because that's the suite we got. I do appreciate that we got like at least a decent kitchen set this time around with Royalty and Legacy. So thanks very much for that. I love that. And then maybe we can go... around like that, and end one. I think that works. Wonder if we can wrap around and go like this and like that, and then do a little mini breakfast bar. But it only needs to be for two, but then I can put a bar in as well into that, and that could work quite a treat if I can find a good bar. That's always the question. Have I got a decent bar that can go with that? It's a little bit raggedy. The wood's a bit off. Oh, patio stuff pack. That will do the trick. Thank you very much. Just get it so it's not flicking. No flicking for me. There we go. So they can have like a little drinksy bar and they can have a little sit there. That works beautifully. Love it. Nice big kitchen, despite things. Cosmegos, how are you? Welcome on in. How are you doing today? How's life for you? We are currently building a royal honeymoon cottage. This is how it's looking. We're just doing the finishing touches on it, actually. Done all the exterior. Going to finish an actual whole build on stream today. Amazing, right? And we've got our romantic honeyroom bedroom here with the saucy bed, golds and browns and fireplaces and bear rugs and all that sort of thing. Faux bear rugs, of course. Faux bear rugs, not real bear rugs. No bears were harmed in the making of this video. Okay? Okay. Anyway, welcome in. Cosmegos, I'm good. I've just had some mac and cheese. Oh, scrummy. That sounds delicious. Mac and cheese. Oh, cheesy goodness. Oh, I might be jealous right now. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna drool a little bit about the fact that you've had this amazing mac and cheese experience. And I would love a mac and cheese experience, but no. No mac and cheese for me today. I've got leftovers for lunch today. It's very exciting. It's chicken tray bake. So it's like chicken and roast potatoes and tomatoes and beans, green beans, and black olives and spices and what have you. There we go. So that's what I'm having. Yummy, yummy. I think I might leave that pink there. Let me leave pink. It's fancy, right? That's the whole idea. Is it would be a little bit fancy. A little bit fancy schmancy for our lovely royals. I think that's going to be enough room for cooking. I do need a little space for the rubbish. I always struggle with the rubbish bin. Like, the rubbish bin's always annoying to place because it never looks right in the right place. But anyway, I'll just shove it there. Sabrina, I'm still having my Sims use the heartbeat my founder got from the 7 Wild Dates competition. I've upgraded it and everything, so it's awesome. Oh, really? Ooh, that's fun. I like that. I've never successfully done the 7 Wild Dates. I've got to try and actually do it properly one day because I'm always just like, nah. Because I'm always busy doing things and I'm always like, nah. But one day I will actually try and finish it. This is my aim, to one day be able to finish it. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think this is round the wrong way. Hang on. I feel like this is round the wrong way, and it's probably, yeah, there we go. That's the way it's supposed to go. Oh, whoopsies. I'll have a cup of tea, thank you, love. Oh, love, I would love to get you a cup of tea. There we go. I'll pop some stuff on there. I'm speaking like I'm on honeymoon. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. I was pretending to be royal and fancy. I think we can safely say that Velvet is not royal nor fancy. In any stretch of the imagination. Where's that third thing? I know this. Oh, this is it. That's what I wanted. A cute little flower on there. And some stuff. You love having these leftovers. Leftovers are good. I usually do the leftovers for hubby for his lunch. But he ended up working late on the car with his brother. And he wasn't hungry by the time he came in. So I put his dinner in for his lunch today. And yeah, I'm having what was going to be his lunch for my lunch instead. So no food wasted. But yeah, just a little bit of a shuffle. So like normally I would usually have like a sandwich or something for lunch. But not today. I'm going to have leftovers. That's nice. Flowers, some clutter. Let's have a little bit more clutter over here. Oh, what do we got? Not a lot of clutter options, so limited, but that's fine. We can make it work. David, good leftovers are the best. Sometimes I just don't eat it if I'm not in the mood to cook. Being in the kitchen takes me away from the option to play Sims. That's fair. It does. It does take up time. It does take up time. I've got a whole family to feed, so it's just one of those things where just do it. Just do it. It's part of what I do on a daily basis. Is feed my family. But That's the joys of being a stay-at-home mum, isn't it? Got to feed the family. It's how I earn my big bucks of nothing. It's like how I earn my absolutely nothing I get for being a mum. But I get the love. So that's nice, isn't it? Get all the love. That's lovely. Get it? Lovely. There we go. There we are. And that on there. Brilliant. Precarious over there. And maybe a little bit of clutter down here as well. Oh, like a nice pot. Thank you very much. I don't imagine you would do a lot of... Well, I mean, it depends. Would you do a lot of cooking when you're on a honeymoon? I mean, yeah, it really depends on where you go, what you're doing. But if you're isolated in a cabin and you're getting away from it all, I feel like maybe you would do your own cooking. And for a noble, I feel like doing your own cooking would be like a little bit more of a novelty rather than, you know, your regular everyday person who would be like kind of used to doing their own cooking, right? And they'd be like wanting to get away from that. But like you know, they've got like all the staff that would do all the cooking for them. So I feel like, you know, they would actually quite relish being able to, you know, do their own cooking and stuff like that. So I feel like they would be like, yeah, let's do our own cooking. Whereas, you know, you and me might be like, oh man, I want a break from cooking. But they never cook. So they're like, yeah, let's make some romantic things. Either that or they won't have any idea how to cook. So they're going to be completely lost on what to do and how to do it and, you know, that sort of thing. So there is that. Possibility of disaster. Speaking of disaster, let's add in our alarms. There we go. There we are. And because we're on Ondarian, we've got to have our blugler alarm for the bluglers. There we go. Aylin, I usually use all of that, use that extract trash bin, which was from the first event and which they later made to be included in the base game update for everyone. I just love that trash bin. It has so many swatches. Yes. That's my go-to trash bin as well. That trash bin is the most amazing of trash bins, and I love it. So yeah, same here. It's my go-to. Sabrina, the key is that you do all the dates with the same sim, and you don't need to use the Love Struck dates either. Base game dates work too and are way easier. Oh yeah, I can't do the Love Struck dates. Like the Love Struck dates are so hard. I don't know if that I've ever done a successful Love Struck date. Just way too difficult for me. But I do, yeah, I think one day I will definitely have to try and do the challenge where I am doing the 7 dates and see how it goes. Next time it pops up, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. That's my VelvettB promise. I'm going to give it a go next time. I feel like that doesn't fit the room. That does not fit the room. I'm not going to use it. So there. David Sims, why did it omit my pluralization? My keyboard needs a good time underneath a bunch of rocks. Mine just needs a really good clean. Like it's just, it takes so long to clean it because I have to do it with like a, you know, cotton buds or something. I don't know. It just, I had to get a white keyboard and now it shows up all the dirt, which I don't like. But it is what it is. I got what I got and yeah, now I have to live with my choices. So I have to clean my keyboard at some point. But it's going to be one of those days where I can maybe sit down and just sit down and watch TV and sit there with cotton buds and clean my keyboard. I mean, I don't really want to do a 4-person table, but I feel like that space kind of lends itself to being like, you know, having maybe 4 things. Maybe they'll have guests over, interrupting their honeymoon. They'll be like, get away from us. We're trying to enjoy our honeymoon. Stay away. And they were like, knock, knock, knock. Come on, we're the welcome wagon. Let us come in. Well, I mean, it's going to be a vacation rental, but still. Oh. Might go with bright pink. It's quite funky. Pink's romantic, right? Pink is romantic. It's the colour of romance. Pink and red. David, I love the special inside trash can. I use one from Ravishing that gives you simoleons each time you put things into it. Yeah, that's the recycling one, which is this one here. And the nano trash cans. They are amazing. I love them. They are the best bins in the game. Although, in saying that, the only thing with using those is if you are doing like a dumpster diving challenge or something like that, which I do quite frequently like to do in my spare time. I don't know why, but I do. And yeah, I do find that having those bins for that does mean that you don't have as much rubbish to put in your recycle, your dumpster for doing your dumpster diving. So I do not use them in that instance. But otherwise, unless I'm doing anything else, I will otherwise always use them because they are amazing and such a fantastic bin. So yeah, that's the only instance where I don't use them, is if I'm doing dumpster diving and I want to have like spare rubbish for my dumpster. Then I don't, but yeah, otherwise I do, because they're a must-have for that. There we go, and I'll do a nice bouquet of flowers. Flowers everywhere. There's a fly flying around me and it's annoying me. I want to make it go away. I might do a different one because we've already used the other one. That one. Pretty flowers everywhere. I love some pretty flowers. Can't help myself. Gotta have my pretty flowers. Pretty flowers. Could I verify my last message I tried to send? Thank you. Verify. Oh. Oh, yeah. There you go. Sorry. I didn't see it. I was on the other screen, so I kind of couldn't see it immediately. Do you usually put house entry alarms in builds? I'm anal about it because of burglars. Oh no, the burgers are invading my house. Not the burgers. Yes, I do. Unless it's a gameplay build, and then I'm building Hillgildy Pilgildy usually anyway, because I do Rags to Riches. But for any build that I make that's going up on the gallery like I'm doing today, I will always put a burglar alarm in there. It's base game, and I think it's just kind of essential. I put burglar alarm, I put the fire sprinkler, and I put the smoke alarm. Or at least I try to remember to. It's possible that I've forgotten in a couple of instances, but that's my intention, is that I always have those in my builds, just because I think they're kind of essential for people to have them, because burglars, fires, that sort of thing. Oh, I needed like a brownie kind of picture to go over there. So yes, I always put them in as well. That's a must do for me. Just one of the essentials that I kind of add as I go along. The things that I sort of checklist in my brain as I'm building, or as I'm checking a build, as the case may be, are ceilings, rubbish bins, mailboxes, light switches, alarms. That's my mental checklist as I'm going through and playtesting a build. Are those things, and I check those off in my brain every time, because I like to make sure that I've got the things, or I try to. Not sure that I always win that. I don't know, but that's what I usually do to check them off. Hello there. You might do the trick nicely. There we go. Okay, so we've done that. We just need a living room space, and I think we're good. We're finished. Isn't that amazing? We've done so well, and we're just heading to 12 o'clock here, which is good timing because I've got to go out at 12:30, so that works out quite nicely for me, really. Brilliant. Go out, get the warrant, all that stuff, run around and do a few things, as you do. I've got random thing that I need to do today is I need to go out and get some lemons. I was so annoyed actually this week because I go to the supermarket on Sunday and I got my usual fruit and that sort of thing, and the oranges and the lemons, one of the oranges went moldy like within 2 days, and then I opened up another orange this morning and it had like black stuff all through it, so that got chucked out. And then yesterday I was cooking with lemons and I got my first lemon out and it was all like dry and brown on the inside. So I got the second lemon, it was exactly the same, and I was just like, oh man, I like literally this stuff is 2 days old from the supermarket and it's all like brown and rotten and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, because like it looked perfectly good on the outside. Like there was absolutely no way that I could know that they would be yucky on the inside, because you absolutely couldn't tell. And I was just like, I was so peeved because I'm like, well, there's 2 oranges and 2 lemons down the drain. Just like, grr, arg. I was not a happy Velvet. Like, How dare you be not very good? Yeah, it was the L word. I know, David. Don't worry about it. I understand. I understand. Didn't mean anything by it. I know. It was just one of those terms that you kind of use without thinking about, because it's just like you're using it in a different context, right? So that makes sense. There we go. Not TV there. Whoop. Perfect. Nope, not perfect. Needs to come out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that's too far in. There we go. It's not floating. Nope. If you're wondering how to do that, that's how you do that. So basically you just need to delete the wall behind. Obviously you need move objects on to be able to do that trick. But yeah, just move the wall in behind it out, and you can kind of, yeah, just add it in from there. Float it up, all that sort of thing, and off you go. Get yourself a lovely fireplace with the TV on it. That works. It's a functional trick, by the way. Functional trick. We would do brick in behind there, and we can do brick or on the ground too. Cosmetic Goss. One of my starter homes I've been working on doesn't have the burglar alarm. Trying to keep it at 18,500 simoleons. Gave it up for aesthetics. Okay, that's a fair call. That's a fair call. I think, yeah, when you're dealing with starter home funds, there's some things that you're just not going to have in the build. And I think alarms is probably one of those things that I feel like you can earn your way towards getting, you know, particularly if it is a starter home. I feel like, you know, it's kind of okay to skip that with a starter home, because the money goes elsewhere, doesn't it? I would rather have like more aesthetics in the build and more clutter in the build than an alarm probably as well. So I think I would have gone with your decision on it and been like, yeah, I will have that one. Thank you. I will have more things that I can make to make the build look pretty, because it's so hard to make a starter home look pretty, because you just have to make so many sacrifices in terms of like the aesthetics and stuff like that. So yeah, it does become quite challenging to really get it in the kind of the style that you like, and have like enough stuff in it to make it look like it's reasonably full. Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for sure. Starter homes are the worst. David, I have the evil chickens, especially servos for burglar issues. Oh, okay. The evil chickens will scare off Grim. It's funny. They're afraid of chickens. Huh. There you go. But always use the burglar alarm. Cute build. Oh, thanks. It is challenging in starter homes. Oh my god, it is so challenging. I've done a few of them in my time, and yeah, they're probably one of the hardest things to build in the game, I've got to say. To do a decent one anyway. Oh my gosh. Yes, with that rug. Oh, pretty. To do a decent starter home and keep it under 1850 is just, it's an ask. It really is an ask. So anybody that can do that and do it well, full props to them. Full props. Mad props. All of the props. Have the props, ma'am. I'll go tray instead. And nice tray. A bit of bubbly there. And I was going to put something here and I can't remember what it was. Cube. That's right. That's what it was. Gaming cube. They can do gaming together. That's romantic. I consider it romantic. I don't know about you guys, but I do. I think it's romantic. Gaming together. I mean, we're gamers. That makes sense. Thank God for debug landscaping. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trying to do a starter home without debug landscaping. Oh my gosh, is that difficult. I've done that a few times, and I've like always been like, this feels so incomplete. I don't like it. I don't want it like this. But, you know, it's just like, yeah, the budget restrictions are just so hard. They really, really are. Just so difficult. Budget restrictions. Oh, thank you very much. I will save. David, I can't, anything goes. Woohoo toilet, woohoo bush. It's bath and bed, since you can sleep in it. Well, it's fair enough, because you can, right? So that makes sense. And David, redeem third, moisten throat. Thank you very much. I was about to take a drink. And save it, dummy. Thank you, I will. Cosmegos, I still have to playtest my current build, so hopefully everything works. Oh, yeah. I always playtest my builds, but it's always, you get to playtesting and you're just like, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. hopefully. And, yeah. Usually it's not too bad, but every now and then there'll be one where it's just like, oh, man. I really need to rework this. And then it's just like a whole lot of work getting it to a functional stage. Like, you know, I was working on a build the other day. It was like a hot springs park, and yeah, it was just like I had like an onsen bath up on a top level, and then I had rooms underneath. Like every time that I did like a room underneath, like you could see the wall through the onsen bath, and I was just like, oh man. So I ended up having to move that around and switch that around to make that really work, because it wasn't working the way it was supposed to at that point. So yeah, playtesting was just like, oh no. But it is what it is sometimes, right? You gotta make it work right, and if you haven't done it right when you're building, then I guess that's sort of like the thing. It is what it is. I wonder if we can get like a nice color. I would just sometimes wish some of these colors with these baskets would be a little bit better. It kind of works with that space though. But yeah, I wanted more colors. Oh man, these lovebirds. Can I get them up? Yes, I can. Lovebirds. Oh, and that's sweet. Gorgeous. What else should I have? I think I should have like a computer desk there and stuff. Like, you know, so they can do what they need to do. I don't know what they need to do, but they can do it. So that's the main thing. Whatever they do, they can do it. Ooh, gold. And, you know what? I'm not going to be shy. I'm just going to put the expensive computer in. Like, whatever. This is not going to be cheap house, no matter what I do. Cosmicus, I had to change how a desk looked in one of my builds because the computer on it wasn't working. Ah, was it the clutter? Was that what was causing the issue? Because sometimes clutter on desks does cause problems with the way that the clutter sits, and that's frustrating. I've had that as well. It's pretty annoying. Like you know how you put like little bits and pieces on your desk, and then all of a sudden, yeah, they won't sit down and use the desk because of the clutter on it. I don't like that. It's frustrating. You will fix it up. You're welcome. Aylin, yes, I think it's almost a must to use debug and landscaping in starter homes because I don't want to limit other things such as comfort things. It's very challenging indeed. It is. And yeah, just like trying to get that balance between making the build look, you know, full and interesting and, you know, that sort of thing, when you just don't have the funds to really be able to do that. I think I have to look that up. It's just, yeah, the biggest of challenges. I don't often do starter houses for that reason. It's just like it's one of my least favorite things to build just because it's so difficult. But then sometimes when I feel like a challenge, I go out of my way to do it. So I'm weird like that. It's like I'm going to give myself the worstest of challenges. I'm going to do a starter home. Although sometimes you just need a starter home in your life as well, you know? You got to start somewhere, and a starter home is a good place to start. Okay. Can put that there and maybe put a little bouquet of something on there. So that won't affect anything there. And then I have this whole big space here, which I'm going to put maybe a gaming table and maybe... Oh, we got the gaming cube there. Maybe that'll be better. Oh, let's do the retro one. Retro console. Always forget about that. Maybe I'll just do a chess table through in the middle. That'll do the trick. David, I want to place a gorgeous lot for Royalty World that Jake 16 made. It's stunning. Oh, what was that one? He's an amazing builder, so you should absolutely do it. Regardless of anything else, just put the build down. Make it happen. Make it happen. It's always nice to have a nice build, and I never put anybody else's usually in my gameplay just because I know I can build my own things, so I just build my own things. But I always admire, like, I always peer around and perv at other people's builds, though. I do that. I enjoy looking at other people's builds, but I very rarely, if ever, use other people's builds in my saves, just because I like to use my own. I think and build my own, I think really is where what it boils down to, but I do love looking at other people's builds and admiring them and thinking, oh my gosh, that's lovely. I feel like that doesn't fit. What else we got? Saucy, 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 saucy. Rug options. I don't think so. Aylin, is BBB better build by mod? Yes, I understand it's very useful and good and makes things more easy to use, but I'm personally fine playing my game vanilla. I don't use any mods or CC in The Sims 4. I did use a lot of CC in The Sims 2. I will level with you. I was one of those people when I initially started building where I was just like, I don't need mods. I don't want the mods. I'm going to play perfectly vanilla. And you know what? I love that. I love that ambition and the idea of it, and yeah, I think that's fantastic. So I really like that. Then I tried mods, and I still have mods. The Better Build My mod, the great thing with that is basically it's an organizational tool, and so it's not actually giving you any, I think, real distinct advantage in terms of the way that you build or anything like that. It's just an organizational tool, which I really appreciate and enjoy. I like that I can, sort out my debug a lot easier. It just makes it, I think, faster to build with. And that's what I like about that tool. I feel like it's more transformational in terms of the way that it affects your building, because you're able to do things that you can't otherwise do in the game. So I find that, a little bit more transformational and very much more modish. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a mod. It's like more modifying than I think, Better Build Buy is, because Better Build Buy is more like it activates your cheats for you. It organizes your debug for you. It just makes it more organized and easier to build. So, I find that's probably my favorite one. UI cheats basically allows me to more easily set the weather so I can take photos and that sort of thing, because, obviously do the content creation. So I find that so much more easier for me in terms of just being able to organize and have like the lighting and stuff that I want in the game for taking pictures, which is, very handy for me as a creator. So, I feel like I would struggle without UI cheats and Better Build Buy. I could do without tool. It's not a necessity for me, but at the end of the day, I like using it and having it there as an option. But I don't use it a great deal, but I use it enough to warrant having it as a mod, in my folder. I could do without MCCC. I know that's essential for a lot of people, but in all honesty, unless I've specifically got something that I need to use it for, I'm fine without having that in my game. That's all good for me. Doesn't worry me whatsoever without that one. I actually don't even have it in at the moment. When we did the mod updates and stuff, I didn't worry about it because I'm not using it for anything. I used to use it for the pregnancy options for my 100 baby challenge. That was the main thing that I used it, because I like to have like the ability to have teen pregnancies and that sort of thing in the game as well. But because I'm not doing the 100 baby challenge anymore, I haven't really felt the necessity to I guess put it back in. So I haven't. It was for the upper left world. I can't remember the name for it. It's the world with the pirate pub. Oh, it's Vertimer. Oh, yeah. It's a nice world. You put your sim in the smaller fisherman something lot in that world. They ride around in the Segway. It's cool. Sabrina, today I learned the sabotage cuckoo isn't always an immediate death. Oh, isn't it? I thought it was, but that kind of makes sense because, yeah, it would be pretty easy to kill a lot of sims then. It would be like wholesale murder, I feel like, at that point. Okay, it's not quite far enough in. That's better. That's better. Team X is a sim saint, really is. Cosmigos, press the key to open the catalog on 5 rows, press it again to go back to 2 rows. Yeah, it's the, oh, yeah, this. I actually don't really use that. I find it blocks the screen too much sometimes, but it is, yeah, it is handy. It's, anyway, I've broken it now. Aileen, I do see and understand very well the need and want to use mods. I just personally want to be free from that inconvenient part of using mods, needing to be careful with the game updates and needing to keep the mods updated and ordered, etc. It just would be too much for me to handle. Absolutely get that. That was my big hesitation with mods as well. It's just like, A, I liked being vanilla, but B, keeping it up to date is a pain, and that's why I only basically stick to a very few mods, because I'm not going to be very good at updating anyway. Oh, I haven't got a mailbox. And I haven't got an outdoor rubbish bin. Hang on. So yeah, I absolutely get that, because if I had any more than what I had, I'd probably definitely struggle. Like, I can't do all of the CC. Like, I have 0 CC in my game either, just for that reason, because it's just like, you know, in case anything breaks. Like, I know CC doesn't really break all that often, but in saying that, every now and then it does, and then you got to go around and figure out and do like the whole, you know, 50-50 thing and figure things out, and it's just like, I'm just don't have the time and energy for that. I've got to admit. Do I want to have an outdoor bin? I don't know if I have space for one. All right, I'll try that and see whether or not they can walk out. Ceilings, need to do that, and I'll do light switches off screen because that's not very exciting. But I'm basically going to wrap things up from there, my friends. It's been a really good day. I've had fun. I hope you guys have had fun as well. We've managed to finish our build, which is pretty epic. Like, a whole build in one stream. I love that. And look at that. We've done a Royal Romantic Honeymoon Cottage, which is cool. And it's going to be a vacation rental. I'm not going to change it yet because I want to playtest it. And it's a pain doing a vacation rental and playtesting. Because, amigos, I've only had 2 mods and no CC. It's my fave part of the mod. Yeah, I just quickly turn it off. Turn it off at times. It gets time consuming when you have a lot of packs and scrolling through only 2 rows. That's true. That's true. David, you keep to a standard amount of rows unless I'm hunting for something in BB. That makes sense. It is a lot easier to see with with the extra row in there and see it, but I very rarely use it. I should use it more than I do. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming in today. I'm going to be streaming again on Friday, New Zealand time, 9 AM, and we're going to be doing some very veggie gameplay. And we are on the Radish Generation. It's going to be episode number 2, and we're going to be doing some adventures, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today on stream for the build. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will get this playtested and up on the gallery at some point soon, probably. But yeah, I'll need to go through and playtest it and just, you know, check it all over, make sure it's all good. We can get it up. David, one of the last 2 fixes EA made us do in the past week took out the fave arsonist mob. I want my Sims to have the option to set people, places, and things on fire. Ah, fair enough. That's kind of sad, but yeah, I think that the modders will figure it out. They'll get it back to what we need. Thank you, everyone. You have a wonderful day, and I'm going to take us out. I think if QT is still streaming, we'll head over to see what QT is up to, hey? We're over on the purple app. And otherwise, yeah, I'll catch you guys on hopefully on Friday if you want to hang out for a bit of gameplay fun. It's going to be a good time. In terms of very veggie, we're going to climb some things. We're going to have some adventures. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye!